See terms at discover.com.
Looking to get your fingers on some delicious grub? Look no further than Sticky Fingers in Carpentersville. Family-owned and operated, Sticky Fingers specializes in chicken, fish, and shrimp, which you can choose to have dusted with flavor or doused in the sauce of your choice. Sticky Fingers strives to provide flavorful food with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. Sticky Fingers personally invites you to stop by and try one of their scrumptious dishes today. Looking to get your fingers on some delicious grub? Look no further than Sticky Fingers in Carpentersville. Family-owned and operated, Sticky Fingers specializes in chicken, fish, and shrimp, which you can choose to have dusted with flavor or doused in the sauce of your choice. Sticky Fingers strives to provide flavorful food with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. Sticky Fingers personally invites you to stop by and try one of their scrumptious dishes today.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Out to Lunch with WRMN. I'm broadcasting live here from downtown Elgin. Got some nice middle of the week jazz music in the background here, a little upbeat. Getting you ready for the halfway mark here. We're halfway through the week. Very exciting. And it's not as hot outside today, which I'm very happy about. Yesterday was quite a doozy. It was a doozy. Yeah, it was very hot outside yesterday. I have to say, though, not as hot as I thought it was going to be. I have to say, I was a little surprised. I was like, oh, there's a little bit of a warm breeze, but a breeze nonetheless, so I couldn't complain. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought. And I stayed hydrated. Now, I'm back to my normal size cup of coffee today. The larger of the sorts. And maybe you've got your cup of coffee too ready to go. Or maybe a cup of tea or a nice soda, something for lunchtime as we are taking you out to lunch with WRMN. What we want to do here first is start off with the weather, see what the temperatures are predicted to be today, the day after the heat wave. Currently right now we're at 73 degrees. We do have a humidity of 88% as a high of 87 is a prediction today. That's what we're going to be seeing here. We do see it going up to the 80s and the highs here roughly as we get towards the afternoon, later afternoon here too. We do see a chance of a light thunderstorm and rain around 4 o'clock today. So that's just something to be prepared for. We do see tonight a low of 66 degrees. So that's going to be our low for tonight. Thursday rolls around here. We do see a high of 85. Low of 71 degrees. It is predicted to be partly cloudy throughout the whole day. Mostly cloudy as we get into Thursday night with a little chance of showers into the middle of the night for Thursday. That then does also blend into Friday morning, seeing mostly cloudy skies with light thunderstorms and rain in the very early morning, and even a thunderstorm around 7 o'clock is predicted here for the area coming up on Friday. We do see it as a high of 82, chance of showers, light thunderstorm and rain kind of predicted throughout the whole day. As we get closer into the evening and nighttime, then it does start to clear up a little bit here. We do see partly cloudy skies with a low of 60 degrees. When we head on into the weekend here, we're going to be expecting to be seeing some nice weather. High of 80 degrees with it sunny throughout the whole day. So that's going to be a beautiful sunny Saturday with a low of 62 degrees. You can't beat that. We get for Sunday here, very similar, high of 78 with a low of 56. Also predicted to be sunny throughout the whole day. So again, Saturday and Sunday for the weekend, going to be nice and sunny with temperatures ranging in the 70s and 80s. Just right. We've got here for next week, Monday, starting to see the temperatures drop a little bit and then rise a little bit more as we get to the middle of the week. We see here for Monday, high of 75, predicted to be partly cloudy throughout the majority of the day. We see it dropping to a low of 54 degrees as we get into Monday night. Tuesday rolls around here with a high of 73, low of 54, partly cloudy out throughout the day. Again, kind of staying mainly throughout the whole day in the 60s with a little peak in the 70s, but kind of in the 60s. So that's definitely a little bit more my style of weather there. That's coming up next Tuesday. And then next Wednesday here, we do see a prediction of sunny skies, high of 77, dropping down to a low of 55 degrees as our low for Wednesday night. That's next Wednesday, not this Wednesday. Predicted to be sunny throughout the whole day. So again, we are starting to kind of get out of the really, really hot temperatures, a little bit more into the regular summer weather style of temperatures here. That's what we're going to be seeing for the rest of this week. Again, a little bit of chance of rain coming in through here as we get into Wednesday night, Thursday, and then again Friday for thunderstorms, then pretty much sunny and partly cloudy throughout the rest of the weekend and into next week as well, next week. Taking a look here, I always like to start off here with talking about sunnyskies.com. Let's read through a nice, fun, amazing story or inspirational story. Let's find one that we can talk a little bit about here too. So this is a nice little a little story that was posted on sunnyskies.com by the user Joseph Mazzella. He is always on there, actually pretty often there, and does post some really nice stories. So he posted this earlier today on the page. He writes here, quote, "On cold winter nights when I was a boy, my mom would often help me make popcorn to eat while we watched television. Mom made it the old-fashioned way too. She would grab a cast iron skillet and light the stove beneath it. Then she would pour in a splash of oil and add a dollop of butter. Next, she would sprinkle a big handful of kernels from the popcorn bag. Together, we would wait and listen to the oil listening to the oil sizzle until we heard the first kernels popping." It says there. Then we would grab the skillet and lid and shake it over the fire to keep the popcorn from burning. Shake, 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 and pop, pop, pop until the skillet was full to overflowing. Finally, Mom would pour it all in the huge bowl and shake salt over it. After this, we would sit down in the living room, Dad in his recliner, Nana in her chair by the stove, and me, Mom, and my brothers on the couch. There was always enough popcorn for everyone, and Mom even let me crunch on the kernels that didn't quite finish popping. He also writes here, "The funny thing is that I can't really remember a single one of the programs that we watched on TV on those nights. They are all a blur to me. What I can remember clearly, however, is the smell of the popcorn, the warmth of the bowl on my lap, the delicious taste of it, and most of all, the joy I felt with Mom cuddled up next to me. I felt so loved, so safe, and so happy. There with my family, all seemed right in the world. We didn't have a huge home, a lot of money, or even fancy snacks from the store, but we had love, and that was all we needed." Again, a nice little inspirational story there. Thank you, user Joseph, for posting that onto sunnyskies.com. Always giving you a nice, sunny, bright day. All good news on sunnyskies.com. Now, if you listened in last Saturday here, we did have a little bit of some technical difficulties here and there, and we appreciate the patience, of course. So I want to welcome a special guest onto the show today. We have the one and only Bill Pellerinos. How you doing today?
I'm back after the Twilight Zone on Saturday.
Exactly. So I invited him onto the show today. There was some topics that he didn't get to talk about. So I said, hey, why not come on here on a nice Wednesday?
The first 8 or 10 minutes of the show, it sounded like we're in a fishbowl. We were having some kind of the board went out on us.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but we actually have a new board here now, and I love it. We've got a new board now.
Excellent.
And it's
so it had to. This is a knee-jerk reaction from my show on Saturday. We got a new board, so something. This was the silver lining in the dark cloud, correct?
Hey, there you go. I love this. I really like this board. I think it's very nice. I know Sonar likes it better too because he said it on his show.
Can you get MTV on there?
Can I get MTV on it? I don't know. Maybe.
All right. So what happened Saturday is we go at noon, and Man is here in the morning from the radio shopping show, and this coming up Saturday will be your last 9 to 12 radio shopping show, right?
8 to 12. Mm-hmm.
8 to 12. So if people want to shop, they got to do it online now, correct?
Correct. Yes. And that's just until we're kind of giving it a little hiatus So that, because what I'm going to do is we're going to work on the website. We're going to work on going out to places too. I'm going to be physically going out to places and talking with current clients as well as some other new ones too. And I'm looking forward to it.
And we were talking with the staff right before we went in. I want to, jump in on these. So we'll go to a couple of restaurants, not only let them know how good these restaurants are, but also to do our broadcast from there and let some of the restaurant patrons know about our radio station, as well as I'm going to do some book signings for my new book, DUI Jury Trial.
Hey, nice.
So it'll be a threefold purpose.
There you go. Awesome,
Because people are asking, why aren't you doing book signings? Well, the bookstores 13 years ago when I wrote my first book, DUI's Decoded, and that's more of a technical manual. That's good for lawyers and police officers, but this DUI Jury Trial is an actual novel based on a case that we...
Okay.
Yeah, we seem to have a disgruntled.
okay.
Hey, if you're just listening in, the reason I got caught off guard here, somebody's outside walking by and starts yelling and swearing. Do you know this man?
I couldn't recognize him.
Huh?
I couldn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him in particular here.
So as this crazy stuff occurs, it goes back to the theme in the movie Bridge on the River Kwai, and there's always the unexpected is the tagline. And there's always the unexpected. So Saturday our transmission went out for the first 10 minutes. Now we got some disgruntled patron outside swearing. I don't even know if he knows we're here. He might be just having a mental issue, this guy.
Sonar's taking care of it.
Yeah, so
He took him aside.
he's what?
Sonar took him aside. So
Very good.
It's
Very good.
We're all good.
Sonar's running security for us today
there you go.
outside. So as that being said, there's always the unexpected, and that was one of the themes from the movie Bridge on the River Kwai. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, you have not?
No.
We have to get a little more arts and entertainment going on in here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Saturday, my show blew up. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to talk about some topics that I wanted to. But when the show came in, we got a little off topic, and I happened to talk about UFOs for a couple minutes. I had 30-some texts over the weekend. I talk about health and diabetes and cancer, not dying early.
Right.
Nobody texts me. I talk about UFOs or ghosts, and everybody texts me.
Yeah.
Just the fascination, and I understand the History Channel makes a living on UFOs with aliens and stuff like that. I'm not saying UFOs are aliens. I'm not making the connection. But what I said Saturday was when I was in the Navy some 4 decades ago, Navy pilots told me they had encountered UFOs. And who am I to discount a Navy pilot? Hey, if you saw it, I believe you.
Yeah.
And on my on my former radio show, I had a UFO investigator. It was his hobby. He spent money. He wasn't part of that mutual UFO network. It was just his own thing. He'd like to go investigate UFOs, and he had done two investigations out in Wisconsin where he interviewed the people that had seen his UFOs. Hey, if it's your hobby, you like it, you're spending your own money, you're not hurting nobody, go out, go for it, some people go to beaches in Florida with these metal detectors and spend hours, days, weeks looking for old coins from Captain Kidd's pirate days,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
They you know what? I mentioned this about this metal detectors. You cannot use those in Cook County Forest Preserves. It's illegal.
Oh, really?
Yes, you cannot go with a metal detector and start digging up chunks of forest preserve. It's totally illegal. But let's just say you lose something. You drop a ring in a certain spot. You can't take the forest preserve police. They'll come out. They'll give you authorization to start looking through their spot to find your ring. That's an assist citizen type call. And I've talked to forest preserve officers. They do that. That's common. But you just can't go digging, looking for gold in the forest preserves.
Right.
It's just not allowed. I did a whole show about a month ago on forest preserve ordinances because between Memorial Day and Labor Day, those are the big times that people patronize the forest preserves. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew what's going on. I don't want anybody to get in trouble or ticketed for, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So as we're trying to give a few tidbits, tips and clues for people not to get in trouble with the law, it's always best to get the info out there.
Absolutely. Oh, it's very important. So.
Yeah. So anyways, the UFO topic touches a nerve. You don't know this, but Sonar was my technician back when I was doing Legal Eagles. I did 2 episodes with actual Ghostbusters. These are, these are professionals. They don't get paid. It's a volunteer thing. They have over $100,000 in equipment, video, audio. They created a command vehicle from an old ambulance. They run cables. If something is claimed to be haunted, they'll electronically surveil the premises, run 300-400 foot cables, and monitor everything from a van outside. And these aren't fanatics. These are professionals, police officers, a firefighter, a couple IDOT guys. These are, people of solid reputation that do this. And they've shown me some videos, and I don't disbelieve them. Fine. Hey, if you found a ghost, good for you.
Right.
My kids, when they were small, they asked me, Dad, are there UFOs and ghosts? And I said, hey guys, it doesn't matter if there are or there aren't. It wasn't UFOs or ghosts that took out the World Trade Center. People cause problems. People commit crimes. People murder other people. People rob people. It's people is the problem. We have a people problem in this world. Not a ghost problem, not a UFO problem.
Right. I remember my dad as a kid, he was always he was into the UFOs and stuff. And I don't know if I've told you the story. One time he woke up when he was a little kid. He tells me this story a lot. And he goes into my grandma's room and he goes, Mom, the UFOs are here. The aliens are here. And she's waking up. She turns around. She goes, Gary, if they get you, they get me. And she goes back to sleep.
I'm not I don't want to make the connection that UFOs are aliens.
Yeah.
I can't say they're aliens. For a long time, people have been seeing the stealth bomber before the United States revealed that we had a stealth bomber in the 80s.
Yeah.
So they saw this odd object that was flying around that was doing test flights, and it was ours. So who knows what these objects are? Last year, I believe Congress had hearings in the Navy on UFOs, but all they did was change the classification. Instead of calling them UFOs, they call them aerial phenomenon or something like that. But a rose by any other name is still a rose.
Yep.
You can call it anything you want. It's still an unidentified flying object. So, and I'm not saying it's alien. That's the thing. I'm not saying it's alien. I don't know whose it is. I don't know what it is, but I know that pilots have seen this. And I've never seen one. But if they say they have, who am I to dispute them? And
well, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to think about.
Yes, there's a lot of literature on it. There's an incredible amount of documentaries. I think yesterday they had on the History Channel, Ancient Aliens Declassified. They run hours of programming on this. They make a lot of money on this. And I always enjoy topics like this. These off-color topics instead of all these. People send me all these murder cases. Did you see the most recent one with the children's book author accused of murdering her husband in Utah?
No.
You haven't seen this one?
No, not yet.
I guess it was. I recorded Inside Edition, but I didn't watch it yesterday. But I guess it was an Inside Edition. But I heard it on WBBM News Radio today. Let me see. I did pull it up earlier, and it's in, I believe, in Park City, Utah. Yeah. Utah children's book author Corey Richins, Richins, had 2 key motives to kill her husband, according to a criminal defense attorney. Oh, wow. So the story goes, allegedly, she poisoned her husband with fentanyl.
Oh, goodness.
And allegedly, she had a boyfriend at the same time that she was texting.
Oh.
And allegedly, she deleted the text. But I'll tell you what isn't alleged. You can delete anything you want. If you threw it in our cyberspace, somebody can retrieve it.
It's there, too. There's a website I recently discovered yesterday. What was it? The Wayback Machine, where you can type in a URL and find older websites.
I'm sure the FBI has got that down to a fine art because when they do investigations on people, they go back. You could have put anything on there, delete it. It doesn't matter. There was an issue many years ago that people wouldn't give their codes to enter their phone, your 4-digit or 12-digit code to enter your phone. Well, I guess it's been bypassed now. I guess the FBI can get into it. All it needs is a search warrant, which is not hard to get. Trust me, I was a policeman for 27 years. It's not hard to get a search warrant. So this author, after her husband dies, writes a book about grief, the suffering of her loss of a loved one. And it's a children's book at the top of it. She goes on TV, and there's a whole lot of, I'm surprised you didn't catch that.
And that the book was about it?
She wrote a book about grief, about losing someone, but it's a children's book about grief.
A grief about her husband?
Yes.
That she killed.
That she allegedly poisoned with fentanyl, but she didn't put that part in it.
That's creepy. If your kids are reading that and then you find that out.
Her alleged boyfriend is reading that too, probably.
Yeah.
So anyways, they got the Texas and they got enough to move forward on the case. So that was what WBDM was saying this morning as I was driving in. So I get these people interested in these murder trials, and they're sensational. We got court TV, which is fine. People follow it. Whatever your hobby is, it's good. You know what I've been getting into lately, and I haven't gotten into it for 4 decades. And don't laugh out there. General Hospital.
General Hospital.
General Hospital. You know the soap opera?
Yeah.
What's happening is I like Inside Edition, and then I go into Jeopardy and the news. Well, I've been catching the last 15 minutes of General Hospital, so now I'm watching the full episode of General Hospital.
You get hooked on it.
You get hooked on it. It's like an addiction. So, but what happens is one of the patients that I'm watching, the doctors mentioned she had cirrhosis of the liver. Are you familiar with this?
A little bit.
Usually alcoholics develop this because alcohol really damages the liver, excessive alcohol abuse. And they were talking about, and when we come back from break, I'll give you the exact quotes because I wrote it in my phone.
Okay, cool.
Because,
nice.
But don't take medical advice from a soap opera. What I do is I write it down, and then I ask my doctor about it just out of curiosity. Hey, I heard this on TV. Is this true?
Yeah.
Anything you hear or read, always check with your primary care physician if it affects you in any way. So, but the issue was that this little girl developed cirrhosis of the liver because she had been taking medications for a long time. And according to some internet research that I did, drug use can cause cirrhosis of the liver. But, when I think of drug use, I think of illegal drug use. I don't think of prescription drugs. So when I see my doctor in October, I'm going to ask him, hey, can taking a certain medication for a dozen years, can that affect your liver? That's my question. And this is what everybody should do. Just write questions as time go on. Right. And then when you see your doctor every 6 months or once a year, ask him these questions. And are we going to break?
Oh, not quite yet. We got like a minute or so left.
And midnight. Okay, so you were talking about the weather real quickly. There's 14,000 people with no power in the northwest suburbs scattered around.
Oh, wow.
Especially the Des Plaines area, because I got texts from the Frisbee Senior Center, which is on Northwest Highway, and they shut down today because they have absolutely no power. So that would be around the area of Northwest Highway and Mount Prospect Road. So that neighborhood is out of power. Last day in the news, those storms were huge.
Yeah.
Last day in the news, I saw that 40,000 residents were out of power. Now it's down to 17,000. So 23,000 people have had their power reinstated. It just takes time. ComEd is working 2-3 shifts. These people are working double shifts trying to get the power back on. So everybody be a little patient.
Absolutely. Good to be patient there. And making sure you're staying nice and cool too, especially if you've got the power out. It's not as bad as it was yesterday, the heat.
Oh, yesterday was horrible.
Yeah, it was quite the heat wave there. Folks, we are getting into the bottom of the hour news. We will be back after these messages, taking it to the bottom of the news. And then, of course, messages from our sponsors. You're listening to Out to Lunch with WRMN. We are going to be back with more here in just a bit. Don't forget, coming up at about 12:30, we'll be in our Tradio segment. So if you are looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, you can call the 847-931-1410 number during that time. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. Elgin police rushed to the scene after reports of gunfire on Illinois Avenue over the weekend. The incident unfolding shortly before 7 p.m. on Saturday, prompting an immediate investigation. Authorities have confirmed the shooting and are now urging community members to come forward with information. The Naperville Police Foundation inviting the public to join them at a special fall social event on Wednesday. You can join local officers at Safety Town, located at 1320 Aurora Avenue, from 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday for an evening of community bonding and free treats from Snow Problems. The Kane County Regional Office of Education gearing up for its annual student photography contest, set to start on September 6th and running through November 18th. The 10-week event showcases the talents of high school students county-wide with over 2,000 entries last year. The contest is a highlight for participants and educators. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Roster cut down day in the NFL. Tuesday, teams had to get down to 53 players on the active roster. A couple of notable cuts for Chicago. Quarterbacks Brett Rippey and Austin Reed. Offensive lineman Larry Borum is on injured reserve. So is defensive lineman Jacob Martin. Both designated to return. They'll be eligible to come off the list after week 4. The White Sox and Rangers were suspended last night after 4 pitches in the first inning. Garrett Crochet threw 4 pitches, 2 balls and 2 strikes before the game was halted due to rain. The teams will play a doubleheader this afternoon as the Sox look to snap a 4-game losing skid. The Cubs beat the Pirates 9-5 Tuesday. Seiya Suzuki and Dansby Swanson went deep for the Cubs. It was their second straight win. Chicago and San Francisco now both 5.5 games out of the last NL wild card. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API-SP test limits.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card. For exceptional home-cooked meals, visit the longest family-owned restaurant in Elgin. Paul's Family Restaurant at Lawrence and McLean takes pride in their fresh daily specials like steaks, fish, pasta, soups, and more. Paul's fresh buttermilk pancakes and breakfast skillets are phenomenal. As you walk in, you can't help but notice owner Elaine's wonderful eye for detail. The toughest decision you'll have to make is what size leftover box to take home. Call 847-695-8687.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN, broadcasting live here from downtown Elgin. A little bit overcast skies today, not as warm as it was yesterday, so that's pretty nice. If you want to be a part of the conversation, feel free to comment live on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. We've got Brendan here, an avid listener here on WRMN, saying, hey, everybody, I'm on the train heading to Chicago Union Station. Very nice. Got some good, fun plans today, Brendan. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. You're staying nice and cool. Got some nice jazz music here. And you're listening to Out to Lunch. Of course, we also have our special guest here today, too. We've got Bill Pellerinos. Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. And if you just joining us, we were talking about my show for Saturday. It's the last show of the season.
I know.
So we'll be folding up Four Corners Radio for this year. It's been a nice ride. We had some good call-ins, including a lady from Australia. What is her name?
Her name is Derica.
Derica.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she listens to this radio show a lot because she calls in on different programs, not only mine, but she calls in on Marky B in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of times on your radio shopping show, she jumped in.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you know, the internet has made the world a lot smaller. So if you only listen to one or two shows, there's a lot of exciting programming here. I listen to it as often as I can. I usually start on the midnight hour with Coast to Coast AM. You know, we were talking about UFOs earlier, and that's a show if you're interested in UFOs and ghosts and whatever, supernatural phenomena. That's a show you should listen to. And it's not just the topics, but it's the callers that call in with these fantastic stories, you know.
Oh, my goodness. Now, have you ever felt haunted before?
Have I what?
Ever felt haunted before?
Haunted?
Like, you know, felt like a ghost was in the room?
Yeah, for sure, sure. As a policeman, I told this story. I was working a patrol in Main Township, which is the unincorporated Des Plaines, Niles area, just west of the Gulfville Shopping Center. And I was getting this call I was working the 2 to 10 shift. And I was getting this call at 9 o'clock at night from this lady that said there was a burglar in her kitchen. So I went in there, I looked, I didn't find nobody. There was 2 doors, both were secure. And I said, what made you think there was a burglar? Oh, I heard the rumblings. She had pots and pans, you know, they're hanging up on the wall in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard the rumblings, so somebody was in the kitchen. Okay, so I checked it out, didn't find anything. I said, you know, who knows, maybe, you know, maybe the wind caught it or whatever. So anyways, it was secure, I left. Week later, same lady, same call, she hears the noise in the kitchen again. I go back. So this call I ended up, you know, and then I had days off. So 3 times I've been to this lady's house about these, noises in the kitchen on whatever it is, Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. So I happened to be talking to this guy, Jack, one day, who was working a different shift, and he worked, and we only crossed over one day because our off days. Mm-hmm. So I see him one day a week, and I said, Jack, you know, there's this woman, she keeps calling, you know, about these noises. She's becoming a real pain over there. I've been there 3 times. Oh, he goes, is that apartment 2B? I said, yeah. How do you know? Oh, that was where that guy was murdered last year in the kitchen.
Oh, my goodness.
So what they did, all they did was put fresh paint on, and they re-rented the apartment. So could it be this guy's lost spirit because of such a traumatic death that on died on a Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. There's phenomena going on? Probably. Who knows? But that's one of the... I encountered several calls like this over my career, so I don't dispute these... I don't want to call them ghost stories, but these supernatural issues, you know.
Right. My mom at one point was... I could be wrong about this. She I don't know if she worked or she volunteered somewhere. I don't know if it was like a bed and breakfast or something, but like the third floor was a big like a Victorian home, and like the third floor used to be, I think it used to be an asylum.
It used to be what?
An asylum or something
Yes.
like that. And she said that she just felt so uneasy when she stepped in the third floor room. It was like a large room. She felt so uneasy about it, and she didn't know at the time that that had been an asylum or something like that. I can't remember the story completely, but she said that she just felt so uneasy. So.
Yeah, but like I said in the beginning of the program, when my kids were small, they asked me, Dad, are there UFOs and ghosts? I said, if there are, it doesn't matter. It's not UFO and ghosts that took out the World Trade Center. It's people doing evil things.
Yeah.
People do evil things, men and women alike.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I read a lot of those. I've been watching a lot of those crime stories, little chilling stories on YouTube, like Craigslist stories and stuff. You know, some.
Yeah, and
stuff.
we
But
were
it's
just
interesting.
before the break. I had gotten some text messages about that murder case in Utah, where the children's book author allegedly poisoned her husband with fentanyl, and she's going to trial right now. The judge said the case can proceed to trial, and it turns out she's a children's book author that wrote a book about dealing with grief of lost loved ones, and here she's accused of causing the lost loved one, allegedly. So yeah, there are people that do evil things, and murder is a horrific is just a horrific crime. Before COVID hit, I used to go to these high schools, and I used to not only talk about DUIs, but I used to talk about crime scenes, because during my career, I was a crime scene evidence technician. I handled murder cases, suicides, sexual assaults, and I was telling these seniors, they were senior classes, to me, the two most heinous crimes are murder and rape. Those are the two most heinous. I mean, if you steal somebody's bicycle or somebody's car, or somebody's, you drain somebody's bank account, that's a crime of monetary gain. But to actually physically attack and murder or attack and sexually assault a person is just horrific. There's no excuse for it.
Right.
I understand people do stuff for money and understand monetary gain, but these other crimes, there's no excuse for it. Absolutely not. And these are the most heinous crimes, and that's the ones that law enforcement really focuses on. Because we really have to prosecute these people that commit crimes like this.
Right.
You cannot allow it. If it's property crimes, they two summers ago they stole my catalytic converter out of my driveway. It took them 90 seconds. Yeah, they're very quick. They come in, they come with a sawzall, zip, zip, zip. But all I did, I didn't realize, I started the car and it was so extremely loud. So all I did was contact my State Farm insurance agent. I got full coverage insurance, and I highly suggest everybody, no matter how old your vehicle is, get full coverage insurance. So, he says, just have it towed to a body shop or your auto mechanic, and we'll get an estimate. And State Farm paid over $2,000, nearly $2,000. I think it was like $1,980. I didn't even pay a deductible. Yeah, so because I got full coverage insurance.
Yeah.
So, they took care of it. I was just inconvenienced for like 2 days because I didn't have a car. But they want to come take the catalytic converter, take it. What do I care? As long as, they don't confront me, what do I care?
Exactly. There you go. Folks, it is 10:40. We're approaching 10:44 here. So we're going to take a little time out, just a little time out here. And then when we come back, what I think we can do is talk a little bit about some food places. Any recommendations? We'll definitely talk about that here in just a bit. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be back with more of Out to Lunch with WRMN here in just a little bit.
Here are the headlines.
How many times have you heard about or driven past the Volo Auto Museum and still haven't checked it out? They have over 200,000 square feet of heated showrooms filled with countless collections of the most amazing mechanical marvels in the world. From incredible collector cars, movie cars, trains, boats, and planes, to a Disney gallery, dinosaurs, vintage arcades, kiddie rides, and a medieval torture exhibit, plus the Titanic Museum. They're open every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit volofun.com.
For local information and fun times in the mornings, listen to Marky B and Larry Jones on the first shift.
Maybe we need to get a radio intern in to help you.
Maybe so.
Somebody that you won't have to pay and you can treat them tough.
I can haze them.
You can't haze. You'll get fired. Remember that guy from Northwestern?
Yeah.
Gone.
Did he really do it?
You don't have to really do it. If somebody says you did,
yeah,
good enough. Maybe I'm going to accuse you of hazing me. I don't have to prove it.
It's the first shift, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on WRMN.
Keep informed with everything that's going on with the Radio Shopping Show by joining our VIP Text Club today. All you have to do is text the message WRMN 1410 to the number 94253 and you're in. You'll receive timely information about Shopping Show specials instantaneously as they happen. Message and data rates may apply. The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show, we are WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Taqueria Las Cumbres, Crystal Lake's authentic Mexican restaurant on Grant Street, is open for carryout. For over 15 years, Taqueria Las Cumbres has been serving up all of your favorite Mexican dishes and doing it better than the rest. Recently voted the best in McHenry County. Stop in and carry out the authentic taste of Mexico and see for yourself. Support local for lunch and dinner today and place an order from Taqueria Las Cumbres. Call 815-455-8200 for Taqueria Las Cumbres of downtown Crystal Lake.
Everyone has a community to lean on. A neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. You've talked with your kids and shared clear expectations, but you're not with them every minute. Your community members, friends and relatives, teachers and coaches, faith leaders, and other important adults in your kids' lives can be your eyes, ears, and a supportive influence when you're not around, reinforcing your messages with your kids and alerting you to warning signs of underage drinking or other substance use. So talk with your kids about these issues and involve the members of your community to help keep your kids safe, because when you talk, they hear you.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN. I'm broadcasting live here from downtown Elgin. A little bit of an overcast sky day today. Hopefully you're staying nice and cool. It's not as warm as it was yesterday, so I'm really not complaining that much. I really didn't even complain that much yesterday either, but I get it if you did. It was very hot outside. So with the remainder of the time here, as we get into the end of the 10 o'clock hour, what I wanted to do was talk about a pretty cool place that I've been. No, I've never been to this place before. It used to be a different place though, but I wanted to talk about it because, as you know, I do like talking about restaurants, as this is Out to Lunch. And I always like to bring up places that have something unique, whether it's a unique food item, whether the service is a good service, or, you know, maybe the location, or maybe even the cute building that it might be in too. So this is a cute place right here, and it's in East Dundee, and I'll share it on the screen with you so you can see it. This is called Benedict's Eggs and More. Have you been before?
No, I have not. Say the name again.
It's called Benedict's Eggs and More. It's in like a cute little house in East Dundee, and I've passed this house many times. It's right near the bike trail, and it's a cute little place, and they even have like a tree trunk in the middle of the restaurant, and it's stationed in a little house. Okay, yes, so I have been here before because my parents have talked about it, but I don't remember actually going in. But I do remember my parents saying, yeah, you've been here before. I'm like, really? This is a cute little place. So this is called Benedict's Eggs and More. They're located at 8 South River Street, and that is in East Dundee. Now, they close at 2 p.m. So they're open 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. So it is definitely a breakfast / out to lunch place to go to, or you can even get some brunch there as well. So with the cute little interior and exterior, let's talk a little bit about their fantastic food options here too. So go into their website, benedictseggsandmore.com. Let's see what they have on their menu. This is such a cute little house here. Very cute. With the little green shutter windows, the perched roof. I think that is really, really cute. I was definitely living in a little house like that for sure. So taking a look at their menu here, you can go to the order online and view their menu that way. So they have some featured items here. They offer their It's Your Omelet, and they say here that we start with 3 eggs. Add your choice of cheese. And of course, you can also add bacon, ham, sausage, turkey sausage, or even add a tomato on there too. They offer their farmer's skillet, which includes crisp bacon, ham, green peppers, onions, cheddar, and jack cheese. They offer raspberry crepes. That sounds pretty good. I've had blueberry crepes. What kind of crepes? Have you had crepes before, Bill?
I try to stay away from sugar because I'm diabetic.
That's right. Okay.
But it's interesting that you bring up breakfast places because they're only open for breakfast and lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Ray's in Elgin and JoJo's in Schaumburg.
Of course.
Because they make your food to order. It's not like you're walking through a buffet or something like that. They're making your food to order. So I tell them, hold the potatoes. I don't want no potatoes. Give me sliced tomatoes on the side. And I can really follow my diabetes recipes, so I don't have too much carbohydrates.
Right.
And that's important for us that are diabetics. And that was part of my show on Saturdays, Four Corners Radio. One of the corners of conversation was diabetics health. 38 million Americans are diabetic. So I try to give some tips and clues on diabetes, not medical advice, just tips and clues on what works for me and other people. Right. And if you could keep your blood sugar down, it helps you get through the day.
Yeah, that's definitely important because it's good to it's good to do that, especially if you're diabetic. You got to be careful. You got to monitor more. So that's very important. We have a comment here in the comment sections from, as you might know him as Uncle Gare. FYI, the home used to be owned by Dorothy Donovan. She used to stand outside with the kids because it was a designated bus stop. See, my dad, he's from Dundee. He's a Dundeeite.
Are we talking about the singer Dorothy Dandridge? Is that what you said?
Her name was Dorothy Donovan.
Oh, Donovan. I'm sorry. I thought you said Dandridge.
Oh no. She lived in East Dundee there. So yeah, my dad knows a lot of history of the town because he grew up there, and my grandma did too. So very much. My grandma. Anytime my grandma used to meet someone, she'd be like, "Are you from Dundee? Are you a Dundeeite?" Oh, okay. I don't even know those people then. If they're not a Dundeeite, she was so.
People ask me, "Are you Canadian? Are you from Canada?"
Canada.
Yeah, let me tell you some Canadian history.
Now, you are from, though.
I was born in Canada.
Canada. Well, where, though? Because Canada is like.
Huge.
It's huge. But so, like, what you say, like New Brunswick and.
There's.
That's like what we say is the States.
I was in Montreal. So that's a lot of French. That's like the French Quarter of Canada.
Okay, so
if you go to the Toronto side that borders New York, it's all solid English.
Okay.
But they talk a lot of French in Montreal. Signs are in French. Menus are in French. So they got that French culture going.
Yeah. I have a cousin that lives, I think, there. Or no, Quebec.
Quebec is like the state. That's the province. So when you say Montreal, Canada, Montreal, Quebec, it's like saying Chicago, Illinois. The province, like the state, as we got states, they got provinces. The province is Quebec.
Oh, okay.
And the city is Montreal.
I see.
But you know what? My favorite city in the world is Chicago. You can't get better food except for one. Las Vegas, Nevada. Some of the best food I've ever eaten.
Oh, really? I've never been.
Come on.
My parents have been.
Come on, look up.
My
on
aunt
it.
lived there. Or she got married there.
See if we got gift certificates for Las Vegas road trips.
Oh, the relatives are in Halifax. Yeah, that's my mom's side, Halifax, Nova Scotia, the Inghams. Yeah, my dad also says here her son had all kinds of pets, from dogs to fish to turtles. He went on to be a well-known veterinarian too. So yeah, it's.
So now they're talking about the Benedict house?
Yep, so this is back to the Benedict's place. So they offer like breakfast, they have pastries. I'll share it on the screen here too. They offer beignets, you can do apple or classic. They offer their breakfast bowls, traditional, 2 eggs the way you like it, Benedict's. They also do offer omelets. You can enjoy their homemade quiches, pancakes, waffles, toast. They have the works. And then you can also go there for lunch too. They offer soups and chili. You can also try their sandwiches and paninis. You can do like a BLT, California melt. They also do offer here too roast turkey club. They have their wraps. Wraps sound pretty good. Their grass-fed burgers, always very delicious as well. They have salads. They have a lot of different things here. So it's a nice little small place to go to, but they have a pretty nice extensive menu. They also do offer a kids menu here too, and also a seasonal menu. Seasonal. So if you want to give it a try, you can get chicken pot pie. How does that sound?
Sounds delicious.
Chicken pot pie, absolutely. They have their Oktoberwurst panini. You get the bratwurst on there, and that's in the seasonal for the fall time here too. So again, folks, check this out. This is the Benedict's Eggs and More, benedictseggsandmore.com. Very cool place.
How did you find this place?
So I was just looking up places near me. I usually do that as preparation before the show. I just scroll through. I'm like, what is catching my eye today? And then I click it, and I said, hey, I recognize that place. It's, Benedict's Eggs and More.
Have you ever eaten Ray's in Elgin?
Of course I have, yes.
You know,
it's been a while, but yes.
I've only eaten twice there, and I went there Saturday before their show. It's fantastic, but on Saturdays and Sundays, it's super packed.
Busy, yep.
But you know, they did a smart thing. They put a canopy over their back, and Saturday was a nice day, so they got a back area, like a deck area, between the back doors and the parking lot, and they got about 6 tables out there. So people were being served outside, and Saturday was beautiful to eat outside.
Yeah, I mean, I remember going there on Sundays here and there with my grandpa. That was always kind of a tradition, and my grandpa's girlfriend at the time. It was always packed, but we always found a seat. We always found a seat there too, which was pretty nice. So
I'm glad we're talking about food. I took my daughter to dinner last night to a restaurant in the city, and she told the waiter, I have a nut allergy, let the cook know. And we might as well have been talking algebra, because this guy was clueless as to. So I asked him, are you new here? He says, yes. I go, listen, restaurants got to know about nut allergies. Because if she consumes any type of nut, it could be very, very bad for her. And there are people that have died because they've consumed nuts that have nut allergies. There's cases like that.
Yep.
So he says, well, you're not ordering anything with nuts. I go, that's not the problem. The problem is cross-contamination. So if he's using a utensil and making cashew chicken, and he uses this same utensil to make my daughter's meal, it has residue from cashews. Okay. And that's part of the tree nut allergies. It's very, even with the EpiPens, people have not been able to be saved. So when you walk in some of these restaurants, and I'll give you an example, Fogo de Chao, they got a big sign right in front, right as before the hostess seats you. It says, please tell us if you have any type of allergies, including tree nut allergies. So I took a picture of that sign on it. It's important for the cooks to know. It's important for the people to know. It's important for the servers to know that you have some type of an allergy, to keep that type of food away from you. And that's part of the restaurant business now, is to know allergies and to understand people's allergic reactions. And, there's classes on it. A friend of mine, he takes CPR classes. He has a restaurant. They try to, when you're dealing with people, everybody has different bodily problems. I'm diabetic. So we have to, be able to adjust any situation or emergency that comes up.
Absolutely. So, folks, we are going to take a quick time out here as we get into the top of the hour news this time here. When we come back, we'll discuss more here on Out to Lunch with WRMN. Stay tuned.
The Triple Berry Cafe of Crystal Lake offers incredible breakfast and lunch options for you, and now the coffee bar is open for you to enjoy. Stop in and enjoy a relaxing cup of coffee in a peaceful setting, and if you're hungry, the Triple Berry Cafe is ready to provide you with homemade goodness. Enjoy omelets, skillets, pancakes, crepes, waffles, and much more for breakfast. Stop in at the Triple Berry Cafe for lunch and enjoy signature sandwiches, burgers, wraps, salads, and healthy options are available as well. Triple Berry Cafe, just off Randall Road in Crystal Lake. Now with a coffee bar. The Triple Berry Cafe of Crystal Lake offers incredible breakfast and lunch options for you, and now the coffee bar is open for you to enjoy. Stop in and enjoy a relaxing cup of coffee in a peaceful setting, and if you're hungry, the Triple Berry Cafe is ready to provide you with homemade goodness. Enjoy omelets, skillets, pancakes, crepes, waffles, and much more for breakfast. Stop in at the Triple Berry Cafe for lunch and enjoy signature sandwiches, burgers, wraps, salads, and healthy options are available as well. Triple Berry Cafe.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. The Naperville Police Foundation inviting the public to join them at a special fall social event on Wednesday. You can join local officers at Safety Town, located at 1320 Aurora Avenue, from 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday for an evening of community bonding and free treats from Snow Problems. The Kane County Regional Office of Education gearing up for its annual student photography contest, set to start on September 6th and running through November 18th. The 10-week event showcases the talents of high school students county-wide with over 2,000 entries last year. The contest is a highlight for participants and educators. Elgin police rushed to the scene after reports of gunfire on Illinois Avenue over the weekend. The incident unfolding shortly before 7 p.m. on Saturday, prompting an immediate investigation. Authorities have confirmed the shooting and are now urging community members to come forward with information. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Hit the open road and experience the fresh air of Wisconsin at the Grand Stay Hotel and Suites in Mount Horeb. This award-winning hotel is just outside Madison. Mount Horeb is known as the troll capital of the world. Families can go on a troll hunt through the historic downtown or check out Cave of the Mounds just minutes down the road. The Grand Stay offers a beautiful pool and a hot tub with year-round fun. Visit grandstaymounthoreb.com today to schedule your visit.
Rise and shine, Fox Valley listeners. It's time to kickstart your day with First Shift with Marky B on WRMN 1410 AM. From 6 to 9 a.m., join the chatter that gets you clued in with the latest buzz around town. Don't just sip on your coffee. Let Marky B brew your morning with the perfect mix of news, views, and moves. Dial us in or live stream at WRMN1410.com and make your mornings a whole lot brighter. WRMN 1410 AM. We're the voice of the Valley, and we're here to talk.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The White Sox and Rangers were suspended last night after 4 pitches in the first inning. Garrett Crochet threw 4 pitches, 2 balls and 2 strikes before the game was halted due to rain. The teams will play a doubleheader this afternoon as the Sox look to snap a 4-game losing skid.
Dansby drives one in the air, deep right center, back toward the wall. It's got a chance. Gone. A Two-run homer for Dansby Swanson.
Cubs radio with the call on last night's 9-5 win in Pittsburgh. Justin Steele 5-5 with the win. He struck out 6 over 5 full. Seiya Suzuki and Dansby Swanson went deep for the Cubs. It was their second straight win. Chicago and San Francisco now both 5.5 games out of the last and a wild card. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. Smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime Prevention Council.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN. I'm broadcasting live here from downtown Elgin. Still a little bit overcast sky today, but not as warm as it was yesterday. Still a little bit warm outside, but not as bad. Hopefully you're enjoying the show so far. If you want to be a part of the conversation, feel free to comment live on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, like the video, click the notification bell if you would like to keep up to date with what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and in WRMN. Now, as we all know here, that public safety programs is the topic here. Public safety programs, they're important. They're very important, and you're never too young to be curious about these public safety programs. And if you are interested in going to an upcoming family-friendly event, perfect for anyone who might be interested in public safety programs, especially if you are from the Elgin area, ECC offers public safety programs. And coming up, this is Saturday, September 14th, and this is going to be at 815 East Plank Road in Burlington. The Elgin Community College Center for Emergency Services is going to be hosting a really good community open house and touch a truck event. And what I want to do here is I want to bring on to the stage here again on WRMN, the Senior Director of Academic Programming and Public Safety Training for ECC Center for Emergency Services. So we want to welcome to the stage here Chief Ronald Two Bowles. Thank you so much for joining us today. How you doing so far?
Great. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you coming on here and talking with us here and talking to the folks out there listening in to WRMN. So, Ron, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in the community.
Sure, absolutely. I was a firefighter for Buffalo Grove Fire Department for 26 years. I've been in the fire service for about 32 years. I was with the Rosemont Public Safety Department before that, but did most of my career at Buffalo Grove. Rose to the rank of battalion chief, and then Chief John Fahey, who was in my role, my predecessor, talked me into coming out here to ECC and becoming a director. So I retired from the fire department and took the role as a senior director here for the Center of Emergency Services. And we've just been having accolades and great things happening out here at the center.
That's awesome. So I'm sure you have such a great time planning these different community events too. I mean, you must have such a great team of people who come together to plan these events. It takes a lot of time and energy too.
It does. It absolutely does. The college, all of our admin staff working with us on this program have been outstanding. Our marketing department and communications, and then all the operations to get the event to happen. And then most importantly is our faculty. We have 43 faculty on staff here that teach our fire, EMS, 911 programs, and they're amazing faculty. I laugh a lot of times coming from the fire department and the fire service. You know, we have a very tight family cohesiveness and team bonding in the fire service, but we have the same thing here at the center. Our 43 faculty have been outstanding, and it's just a tight-knit family and providing the best for our students as much as possible, and such as events like this one.
Absolutely, yes, that's so important. So what we want to do is talk a little bit about what the Touch a Truck event is. If you want to touch base with us a little bit on it, tell us a little bit about what is to be expected for people that are interested.
Absolutely. So we're starting it out today with an informational session from 10 to 11 a.m. We're having prospective students come in. We're having a presentation on what the public safety career outlook looks like, careers that they can get into, obviously fire service, EMS, and then 911. So there's a registration for that. That's at elgin.edu/emergency services, where they can register for that information session. Like I said, that'll be from 10 to 11. Then we're going to kick off at 11 o'clock with our open house and Touch a Truck event. That's going to run from 11 to 2 on Saturday. We're going to have multiple fire departments and police departments from the area out here at the center with their assets, their patrol cars, fire engines, fire trucks, fire squads, emergency services area. Hanover Township Emergency Services will be out there with their vehicles. We'll have firefighters and police officers for everybody to talk to and take photos on the vehicles. Illinois State Police will be out here with their K9 to do a demonstration. And then we'll top off the event at 1 o'clock with the Lifestar helicopter coming out to land here. And families can see the helicopter, the medical helicopter, what they do, talk to the crew, see the helicopter up close. So it's going to be an event, just a great event for families and for anybody interested in what we do out here or just love fire trucks and police officers. And we'll have all of that out here, and we'll have some food trucks for snacks and some ice cream as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So, folks, if you're interested, head on out to this event. It's going to be a great time. Now, I have to ask here, too, you've done it in the past. How would you say, is there any approach that you wanted to do a little bit differently this year than in the previous years?
Yeah, number one is weather. As you know, our weather is so sporadic in the Midwest. So we used to run the event in October. We found that it got a little cold some days, and the weather didn't cooperate as well. So we moved it up to September to hopefully have a much better outlook on weather. Changing the timing of the event has helped a lot, and then just having that open atmosphere for people to come anytime between that 11 to 2 hour. They can just show up whenever they want, and we're going to be ready to go. So if they want to come early for the event, please do. If they want to come later and just see the helicopter, that's always open. So we just love that open house feel and atmosphere as they come and go as they please. They can come in multiple times if they want. So parking will be plenty. We have plenty of room. We have a 129-acre campus here at the Center for Emergency Services, so there's plenty of room. So it'll be just a great event, and knock on wood, we're hoping for great weather this year.
Absolutely. And again, a lot of people I'm hoping are going to be able to come out here, including maybe those who might be interested in joining in the programs. I'm actually seeing here on the elgin.edu website that the enrollment in the Center of Emergency Services and Fire Science Safety programs, that they've actually grown significantly with in the past 2 years.
Yeah, we've seen a large uptick in our enrollment. We're seeing enrollment numbers jump. This is our largest, the fall of 24 semester is our largest enrollment ever in the center. So we're really excited about that. We've seen a real decline in fire and police recruiting in the last 10 to 15 years. So this uptick in enrollment for our other programs is just great for the fire service and police service, and getting more people interested and more people in the career, because it's obviously needed. That public safety career field is definitely needed in our society.
Yeah, it's definitely important to get the word out there and to have these different events to encourage people to go out. Are there going to be any donations available?
No, we don't really take donations. The college, runs on the tax levy, and we have a foundation as well to help students that are struggling and need help. But if they want to donate, the best opportunity is to contact the foundation, ECC Foundation, and we have a $3 million foundation goal this year, which we're real close to meeting, and that foundation really supports those students that need help in tuition and other resources available to them. So definitely, if people are seeking to donate, the foundation is the place to go.
There you go. Well, I appreciate you coming on the airwaves today, taking the time out of your day to talk to people and tell people about this really great event. Folks, if you want to head on out, it's coming up Saturday, September 14th at 815 East Plank Road in Burlington. Now, before we let you go, how can people reach out to you for interviews and even some additional information?
They can always reach out to me. My office is always available. My phone number here is 847-886-5398, or they can also seek us out on the web at elgin.edu/emergency services. That's our website for the college. They can always reach out there, and we'll see all of that, and they can reach out to me anytime, and I'm here to help with career advice or college course selection, or fire service questions in general. So anything they need, we're here for them.
Awesome. Well, Ron, thank you so much for calling in today to Studio 14 WRMN, and we're looking forward to this event. We wish you nothing but the best of luck when it comes to this event. Hopefully a lot of people will be able to go out there. I am sure of it.
Great. Thanks so much for having me on. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. You have a good rest of your day.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye now. All right, folks, that was Ronald S. Tubal, Senior Director of Academic Programming and Public Safety Training. And again, coming up here, this is September 14th on a Saturday. This is the Elgin Community College Center for Emergency Services hosting their community open house and Touch a Truck event. That's coming up on Saturday. That'll be in Burlington, again, September 14th. So I encourage you to go on out. If you want to check out more information, you can visit their website, which I will make sure to show up on the screen here, too, if you're watching on YouTube. That is on elgin.edu. It's actually in the news section. This was an event that was posted in news, published last week on August 21st is what they posted at ACC in the news section on their website. So if you want to check out more information on that, that is on the link. That's, again, elgin.edu/news. You can find information. You can also feel free, of course, to reach out to the ECC Center for Emergency Services at elgin.edu/CES, or you can also email news@elgin.edu. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN here in just a bit. So, of course, stay tuned.
Renata's Old Salem Cafe is now Renata's German Restaurant, with old family recipes for delicious Bavarian dinners. Renata's is also known for breakfast and lunch. Renata's German Restaurant has fresh baked German pastries. For a hearty breakfast, try Renata's for pancakes, skillets, and more. They've also set the standard for catering excellence. Try Renata's German Restaurant off Irving Park, west of Wise Road in Hanover Park. Visit renatasgermanrestaurant.com.
Michael Brown, former Undersecretary of Homeland Security and Director of FEMA, is your new full-time host of The Weekend, which airs every Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN. Each week on the popular 3-hour program, Brown offers listeners a fresh take on the weekend talk with his provocative insights into current events, politics, and culture. So late in the day on Saturday, make it a point to catch The Weekend with Michael Brown right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Ever take your car through the auto emissions lane only to experience the sinking feeling that your car has failed the test? Don't fret. Let Meineke at 376 Sundown in South Elgin fix the problem for you. Meineke's mechanics will determine the exact problem with your vehicle and suggest necessary repairs with Meineke's diagnostic service. Pass that test with help from the trained Meineke technicians. Call today for your appointment. 847-888-9644. That's 847-888-9644. In the mood for some great barbecue but just don't have time to make it yourself? Carry out Coleman's Barbecue on Elgin's East Side at 79 Clock Tower. Coleman specializes in ribs, tips, chicken wings, seafood, and sandwiches with sides like coleslaw, potato salad, and dessert. Try Coleman's Exotic Mild Sauce. It's the bomb. You can also buy sauce in gallon or pint sizes. It's prepared just right. The Coleman's way. Call 224-535-8153.
Here at WRMN Radio, we try to connect with the community and discuss important issues, like our current mental health crisis. Here's Lori Baker, President and CEO of AID.
I think most people, when they see young children thinking about suicide at the ages of 5 and 6 and 7, I mean, that's shocking to me that children even know that they want to harm themselves somehow. I know it's difficult. I definitely feel the pinch. We all feel the pinch at the gas pump, at the grocery store, right, in our rents, but I think most people could handle 27 cents a day to help kids and seniors and people experiencing homelessness.
Discussions like this take place on the first shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10, right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook. All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN, broadcasting live here from downtown Elgin. I've got a co-host today. With us in the studio. You might know him. Four Corners Radio, Bill Pellerinos, here in studio with us.
William Pellerinos here. I'm just checking some websites here. I saw a nice public service announcement since we were talking about public safety the other day. The community, I don't remember the whole name, but Community Prevention Center out of Naperville was talking about, and this is something we haven't discussed on my show, and I forgot about it. I have to apologize. Old medication. Don't flush it down the toilet. Water going down the toilet gets recycled through filtration plants. It comes into our drinking system. So you don't want medication thrown in the toilets or down the sink. And you don't want to throw in the garbage. It goes in landfills either. What you want to do, there's proper disposals. And a lot of police departments and suburban agencies have special boxes to dispose of this. So whatever town you live in, I'm sure you could give them a call or check their websites and just call them. Naperville does have a disposal at their, I believe, their police department, where you can drop old meds off and just drop them in a secure box. When I go to my doctor, he has a disposal box. So some physicians have that, but what a lot don't take, and I have to find out, I have to do a little research, is the old EpiPens. Because my daughter has a nut allergy, but those things expire after a year or two, and you just can't throw them in the garbage. So I have to find the proper disposal, and I'll know by Saturday. So I'll reach out to some medical professionals, and I'll get my answers. But just don't throw your medicine down your old medicine down the toilet or in the garbage. Let's properly dispose of it, and then this way there's no problems with the environment or anybody else later on.
Well, I noticed that a lot in like movies and TV. You'll notice that in movies and TV shows. You know, people, you'll see that in some episodes or in movies where the characters
where the police are barging in the door and you're throwing your heroin into the cocaine into the toilet. Yeah, do not throw cocaine or heroin into the toilet, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was in Goodfellas. Did you see Goodfellas?
That sounds familiar.
Okay. You know, I should just start an arts and entertainment program. We'll
To
start
educate me.
Gangster movies will be one genre, and then we could go into westerns, and then we could go rom-coms. Just out of curiosity, folks, let's go a little arts and entertainment. Do you mind if we switch topics?
Of course. Oh, my goodness, no.
Who is your favorite rom-com actress?
Rom-com actress?
Yeah, romantic comedies.
Oh, my goodness. I don't watch a lot of the rom-com.
Or actor.
Or actor?
Yeah.
I like Johnny Depp because the Tim Burton movies.
Yeah, but he doesn't do a lot of romantic comedies.
Oh, this is the rom-com. I don't watch a lot of rom-coms.
Okay. I like I like Julia Roberts.
That was someone I was thinking about.
Yeah, she does a lot of rom-coms, but she also won an Academy Award for playing Erin Brockovich, a very serious legal drama.
Okay.
And it's a true story where she played an investigator for a lawyer who had a civil lawsuit against PG&E, which was the gas and electric company out of California, because they were dumping chemicals into the drinking water. And back to public safety again, don't dump anything into drinking water.
Yep.
Anything that could become drinking water. We had some kind of a fuel spill here in the river off Elgin about 3 weeks ago. Did we ever find out what caused that fuel spill?
You know what? That was, you know what? Let me see in particular if there was anything on there.
If you watch us on YouTube, you notice I'm not drinking Elgin water. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I bring my own Stanley cup with my own water.
I can't remember in particular what they did say about that. Still looking for the source. That was posted on August 15th. So about 2 weeks ago that they were still looking for the source on that one with the 2 incidents of the petroleum there. So I'm not quite sure.
Very dangerous to dump anything that would, and it's not only drinking water, we have fish in rivers. You can't be poisoning the fish, you know, or animals that drink out of a deer. You can't have a bunch of contaminated deer running around.
Now, it does say here, though, that was the Daily Herald covered on the August 15th, Elgin officials suspect illegal dumping caused the fuel slicks.
Oh, illegal dumping.
So that's what it is. That's the latest news right now that I'm seeing on the basis there. Now, I don't know if anything else has been covered that I can remember from my brain, but that's what I've got right now.
Now, in my cop shop days, many years ago before I retired, I used to catch people doing illegal dumping, not fuel, but what they were doing is they were removing asbestos from factories or old buildings, and they had nowhere to dump it. And I did catch a couple of these contractors 4 a.m. stinking around trying to dump out this asbestos. It's, asbestos causes cancer or is linked to cancer. So you really don't want that anywhere near the environment. There has to be proper procedure, disposal protocol followed.
Well, going back to arts and entertainment, can you name a movie where they've used asbestos? As snow?
As snow?
They use asbestos as snow.
White Christmas?
No, well, I don't know about that. It was a Wizard of Oz.
That was a guess.
It was the Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
In the in the flowers and the scene of the flowers in the field and.
Judy Garland was like 30 years old when she played the 17-year-old girl.
No, she was not. She was born in 1922, 23.
Oh, no, not 22. She was closer to 30.
Judy Garland
in Wizard of Oz. Just Google Wizard of Oz.
No. She was born in 1922. It was made in 39. She was 16 when they filmed it.
She was born in 1922.
Mm-hmm. A year older than my grandma. My grandma used to say, she goes, I was always like Judy Garland and jealous. No, well, not really, but.
Judy Garland was much older than the girl she was playing. But she was a fantastic actress, and she died young. What did she die, like 52 years old?
She died in 1969.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Meet Me in St. Louis? That's a great movie.
Yes, that is.
That I know of.
If I'm thinking correctly, that's the one with Elvis Presley, right?
I don't think he's in that one. No, not that one. He was in some other ones, 1950 Summer Stock. Everybody Sing was another one. The Pirate. Babes in Arms. Easter Parade. Some good films. So
yeah, you know what? When I was growing up, they were always on television. You don't know, but for us baby boomers, we only have 3 channels: ABC, CBS, and NBC. Well, we did have WGN.
Okay.
So WGN and Channel 32, WFLD, and those were our, not the big three channels. They were syndicated.
Okay.
So you'd be watching reruns, and on Sundays, they'd have this Family Classics Theater on Channel 9 with Fraser Thomas. And that's when I saw a lot of these Meet Me in St. Louis. The Wizard of Oz played a lot, especially Easter time. I don't know why it's associated with Easter, but the Wizard of Oz is showing a lot. And it's good for all, if you're a parent or a grandparent, expose your kids to these type of older films.
Yeah.
It's really part of the culture.
Well, what actually got me interested in the older films? But I had a friend Sarah and her brother John, and they always loved watching the old films as little kids. And I remember, like, when I was really little, I was like, "Why are you interested in these old movies?" And then they got me into it. And there you go. Well, there's a lot of old movies I don't know though. As you know, when you say, "Have you seen this?" I'm like, "No."
Are you familiar with Humphrey Bogart?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, he made a lot of movies in the 40s and the 50s, and he's one of my favorite from that era actors.
Okay.
He's just fantastic. The Maltese Falcon is one of my... Casablanca. You've seen Casablanca?
A long time ago.
That's Humphrey Bogart.
Okay. There you go. I'm learning.
We're rolling.
And I'm learning. Folks, we're getting into the bottom of the hour news here and then messages from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll discuss more. What I want to do into this next segment here is talk about the National Day calendar, because it's a national day today that I am looking forward to. I might have to pour myself a glass for this day coming up later tonight. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN here in just a bit.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. The Kane County Regional Office of Education gearing up for its annual student photography contest, set to start on September 6th and running through November 18th. The 10-week event showcases the talents of high school students county-wide, with over 2,000 entries last year. The contest is a highlight for participants and educators. Elgin police rushed to the scene after reports of gunfire on Illinois Avenue over the weekend. The incident unfolding shortly before 7 p.m. on Saturday, prompting an immediate investigation. Authorities have confirmed the shooting and are now urging community members to come forward with information. The Naperville Police Foundation inviting the public to join them at a special fall social event on Wednesday. You can join local officers at Safety Town, located at 1320 Aurora Avenue, from 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday for an evening of community bonding and free treats from Snow Problems. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Dansby drives one in the air, deep right center, back toward the wall. It's got a chance. Gone. A two-run homer for Dansby Swanson.
Cubs radio with the call on last night's 9-5 win in Pittsburgh. Justin Steele 5-5 with the win. He struck out 6 over 5 full. Seiya Suzuki and Dansby Swanson went deep for the Cubs. It was their second straight win. Chicago and San Francisco now both 5.5 games out of the last and a wild card. The White Sox and Rangers were suspended last night after 4 pitches in the first inning. Garrett Crochet threw 4 pitches, 2 balls and 2 strikes before the game was halted due to rain. The teams will play a doubleheader this afternoon as the Sox look to snap a 4-game losing skid. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API-SP test limits.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN. We're taking you out to lunch in the lunch hour here. It is 11:35. We're starting to see some more sun coming in through here. I would say it's A-OK, nice and cool here in the studio, so that's very helpful. And hopefully you're drinking plenty of water, you're staying hydrated, and enjoying the show. Feel free to be part of the conversation. YouTube.com at WRMN Radio. Don't forget, you can also message the Image 360 info line 505-926-1410, 505-926-1410. What I want to do here is go in and talk about the National Day. What do we have recognized today on the National Day calendar? So we've got a couple things here today. Actually, I'm seeing on this calendar quite a few things recognized today. We've got here the National Power Rangers Day today, which there's actually even a Tradio segment during Tradio at 12:30. Someone's looking to buy some of the Power Rangers. So it's National Power Rangers Day today. Happy day for sure. Recognizing the original teenagers with attitude, celebrating all things Power Rangers. Yes, it is Power Rangers Day today. Now, it was back in 1993 that 5 ordinary teenagers exploded on the pop culture scene, definitely so here. And they, with the launch of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They broke down barriers, they defeated evil by demonstrating teamwork, inclusivity, and diversity to people of all ages. Yes, so that is National today. It is Power Rangers Day. Today's also National Bow Tie Day. You can get all fancied up with a nice little bow tie. I always like wearing those bow ties there. Style of tie, definitely something to look dapper or humorous in. This tie enables you to modify your attire to your mood and atmosphere. Here too. So, National Bow Tie Day, we go back into history here too with the Croatian mercenaries during the Prussian Wars of the 17th century were the originators of the bow tie. And this bow tie consisted of a scarf around the neck to hold together the opening of their shirts. The upper classes of France soon adopted this idea too, as you get closer in the time frame there. Today's also National Thoughtful Day. Good day to be thoughtful, of course, as well. This is a way to value each other. National Thoughtful Day sets aside a celebration meant to bring goodwill in a variety of different ways. It is also National Sports Sampling Day today, too. National Sports Sampling Day. This is a day where you can be on a mission to celebrate the National Sports Sampling Day, encouraging kids and families alike to try a new sport or play one that they haven't in a long time. That is also recognized today. And then we also do have another day today. It is National Red Wine Day today. Now, those of you who have listened to the show before, who know me, know that my favorite of the red wine is a California red blend known as Menage a Trois. It's the Silk Red Blend. That is my favorite. It's a cheaper wine for sure, but still pretty delicious. Like to have it with a nice pasta or a steak as well, a good steak as well. Now, of course, the important thing when it comes to drinking wine is to drink moderately there too. So it's always important to be safe. And we'll actually talk a little bit about this here too with you, Bill, because I know that you also wanted to discuss a little bit about that as well.
What are we discussing now?
It's about the wine.
The wine.
The drinking.
Red wine, I believe, goes with beef, and white wine with fish.
There you go.
There you go. I'm not a wine drinker. I don't drink alcohol. I'm a DUI expert, so I know a lot of people that have abused alcohol and fall into that pit of alcoholism. Not only leads into health problems such as cirrhosis of the liver, also secondary causes such as cardiac arrest, but also run into legal problems like drunk driving, which is something I'm a consultant on and I've testified in cases on. So I'm one that believes in rehab, but before you even go to rehab, don't fall in that rabbit hole. Everything with moderation, right?
Exactly.
Drink 1 or 2 glasses of wine, not 8 or 9. So when you drink wine, you drink 1 or 2, right?
I usually drink 1 or 2, usually. And I usually have the glass at like a halfway mark. So
I saw a man, when a cook. Now, this guy doesn't drive. He says he likes his beer, and he's got it down to a fine art where he gets off duty at the restaurant, walks next door to the liquor store, bought a 40-ounce beer.
Oh, wow.
And I watched him guzzle it like me and you guzzle water.
Oh, my goodness.
He went down, without a breath. And I said, hey, man, how can you drink that much? He goes, I don't drive. He hops on the bus, goes home. You know, there's people that regulate their drinking habits, and it's not a good thing because even though he won't have legal problems like DUI, I'm sure he'll have health problems down the road. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. Look at me, I'm fighting this diabetes, so now I have to stay away from carbs, sugars, anything carbohydrates that could turn into a sugar like French fries or pasta. So you have to moderate what you eat and drink. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing.
Right, exactly. I mean, even yesterday too, I'm a big coffee drinker, but even yesterday I cut back because I knew it was going to be super hot and I needed to stay hydrated, so I drink mainly just water.
You know, we warned people about this heat wave coming Saturday. It was one of the things we could get out in, and I was warning them, drink water. I'm drinking this water. Anybody on YouTube sees this big jug, it's all water.
Yep.
And it's you got to stay hydrated. But, you know, people want to go partying. Beer is not a good thing when it's 105 degrees out there.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing for you. It does not hydrate you. Also, soda pop. All these people drinking Coke and Pepsis, it's not helping you. Even though it's liquid, it's not helping. You need to drink water.
Exactly. And another thing, too, is with dehydration, there's sometimes when you don't realize you're dehydrated, like you don't feel thirsty, but you might be dehydrated anyways. So,
you know, you may not realize until my neighbor when she passed out.
Oh, really?
I told you a couple of weeks ago she passed out. She wasn't staying hydrated. It was not this past heat wave, but the one before. It was like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It was a 3-day stretch. Well, on Tuesday, I see ambulance by her house. Lights on. Here, they're taking her to the hospital. She got dehydrated.
Oh,
she
goodness.
Didn't, you know, but, you know, we're talking about adults. You know, little kids you regulate. You know, Johnny, drink more water. But, you know, how can you tell an adult? You have to regulate yourself. Hey, it's hot out. It's humid out. I should drink more water. Hey, it's red wine day. I should only have 1 or 2 glasses, not 8 or 9. You know, and you know, here's another thing. Wine has more alcohol content than beer.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Oh yeah, it's true. Twice the alcohol content.
Yeah. That's why if ever I drink wine, I always have food with it. Like always. I never just drink it straight up.
That's important too, because it's another thing people tell me, well, how much liquor? You know, the way liquor affects your body, your BAC, your blood alcohol concentration level, it depends. People that are an empty stomach will get drunk faster and have a higher BAC than people that have eaten, because the liquor has to go through the stomach prior to going into the liver and the bloodstream. So if you have food down there, you know, food acts as like a sponge, and it reduces the BAC level and how fast you get intoxicated.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you know, there are people that are drinking on an empty stomach and they end up passing out and coming up with health emergencies. I've dealt with that when I was a policeman. Ambulance calls. You know, they go to a bar, they haven't eaten nothing, and they're you know, pounding beers and wine. And then you wonder why they're passing out, you know?
Exactly, yeah. So it's important to monitor that too. But again, yeah, with it being National Red Wine Day today, again, I recommend it. It's good with like, again, like pasta or like a steak or a beef. It's good to kind of have it a little sip on there too. Of course, make it with different dishes too, so you can make it as a sauce. So there's lots of ways that you can do it too. Yes, so it is National Red Wine Day today. You know, drink in moderation, have something a little bit, little fun. You can enjoy that today with National Red Wine Day today. And then this and more can be found on National Today. So it's National Today calendar. It's also National Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day. Now, what does this mean here? It's a day to remember the pet companions that we've lost. Oh, like the pet companions that we've lost. I haven't lost any pets yet, thankfully.
When you said Rainbow Bridge, I thought it was the one in Long Grove that all the trucks crash into.
Oh, is that right?
Have you ever been to Long Grove?
No.
There's a bridge, I don't know, it's an ancient bridge, I don't know, 70, 80 years old. Clearly says the height is like, you know, I don't know what it is. Let's just say it's 12.5. Well, these trucks at 14.2 try to get into 12.5. It doesn't work.
Oh,
so
okay.
They keep destroying this poor bridge.
Oh, goodness me.
This is an ongoing thing. So,
it's not funny, but
yeah.
you know.
But you know, I like
oh
Long Grove, and I visit it twice a year. Summer, the beginning of summer in June for the Strawberry Fest.
Yeah.
And this time of year in September for the Apple Fest. You should look up, see if Long Grove's got an Apple Fest coming up.
Long Grove?
Apple Fest.
Apple Fest. The World Wide Web will let me know. Apple Fest, September 21st of 2024 at historic downtown Long Grove. They do have an Apple Fest coming up.
There you go.
Here. How cool is that? Very nice. Very cool indeed. I'll have to maybe do a little research on that here too. The time is 11:46. What we're going to do is we're going to take another quick time out. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN here in just a bit. So, of course, stay tuned, everybody.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Discover the authentic taste of Italy at Mazziano's Pizza and Pastaria at Route 20 in Nestler in Elgin. There is one true fact of everyday life that never dulls: the simple pleasure of eating great Italian food. At Mazziano's, they'll make sure your dinner or lunch will be the best part of your day. Whether you have a taste for pizza or any of Mazziano's homemade Italian recipes, like ravioli or lasagna, they can also cater your party. Enjoy it any way you like: delivery, carry out, or dine in. Visit Mazzianos.com. Keeping your car's coolant system in good shape with a regular flush is really important. Let the experts at Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin remove your old coolant, preventing chemical buildups in your engine. Then they'll fill your entire system with new coolant to help your engine run smoothly and prevent rust and corrosion, increasing your engine's lifespan. To schedule your appointment, call 847-888-9644.
The lightest, fluffiest pancakes are calling your name at JoJo's Diner, 1935 West Gulf Road in Schaumburg. JoJo's has a huge breakfast menu featuring skillets, eggs Benedict, and so much more. Don't stop at breakfast. JoJo's also offers great burgers, sandwiches, and shakes. And for mouth-watering prime rib, try JoJo's for dinner. They have such a versatile menu. JoJo's Diner is family-owned and operated, and it's one of Schaumburg's best-kept secrets. Visit jojosdiner.com today.
Attention all Schaumburg Boomers fans. Join the Schaumburg Boomers August 27th at 6:30 p.m. versus the Evansville Otters for Bark in the Park. Bring your furry friends for a day at the ballpark that's all about them. Presented by Golf Rose Animal Hospital. Join the Schaumburg Boomers August 29th at 6:30 p.m. for Fan Appreciation Night and post-game fireworks. There will be giveaways throughout the game. This summer, get outside and enjoy a quick round of golf at the Twin Lakes Golf Course in Palatine. Twin Lakes features an executive 9-hole golf course with a driving range, cafe, and pro shop. Just starting the game, lessons are available. Take a couple of hours for yourself and stop at the Twin Lakes Rec area off Northwest Highway and hit the links. For a tee time, call 847-934-6050.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN. We have a caller on hold here. Wanted to touch base a little bit here about the bridge.
The bridge in Long Grove.
Yeah, so let's bring him on the airwaves here. Hi, how you doing today?
Okay. Yeah, it's called the Robert Parker Coffin Bridge. It's 57 times it's been hit. I think it just got hit last week again. It's 8'5", and big sign before you ever get to it, weight limit sign, the whole bit, and they just, it's even tour buses go through there. They don't understand.
It looks kind of. It reminds me of, I guess, the bridge between Sleepy Hollow, kind of, in the movie.
Yes, it looks just like that when the demon is on top. He's running on top of the bridge.
Yep.
It looks just like. How old is that bridge? Do you know?
I don't know, but they don't want to raise the height of the roof because that'd take away its historic accreditation or whatever you call it.
In 1906.
Right now, it's got a historical meaning to it, and they don't want to raise it because that'd take that historical meaning away.
I ran into this situation, or I became aware of it, I should say, about 15 years ago when I went to the first Strawberry Fest out there. And when you enter that area, you go through that bridge, and the people take your $5, whatever it is. And the guy was telling me, because I saw damage. I said, what happened to your bridge? And he starts telling me this backstory. And that was 15 years ago, and they're still hitting it to this day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the last time they repaired it, it was a matter of 8 hours before it got hit again.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't understand. And I haven't been there. I didn't go there this year for the Strawberry Fest. I will go for the Apple Fest in September. But I don't understand. There's signs there. An experienced truck driver, and I come from a family of truck drivers, they know their height. If it says 8'5" and you got a truck 12'2", don't go into 8'5".
I guess it's a new math.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Let me ask you something. What's that called? The Robert Coffin?
Robert Parker Coffin Bridge.
While we're talking, Matt, can you look it up on the internet?
Oh, I've got it up here. I've got it on the screen here. Built in 1906.
Built in 1906. So that makes it, oh my God, over 100 years old. 118 years old.
Yeah.
And you see it, if you look at it on the internet, it's a beautiful bridge. They decorate it at Christmas time with Christmas lights.
Oh, very nice.
Bro, go back to the front. I could see the sign for the height. 8'6". 8'6" is the height. So what it is I'm assuming because there's stores down there, these are delivery trucks trying to deliver products that are hitting this bridge, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, it's tour buses, people bringing people for festivals, and they still don't bother to go around. I mean, all you got to do is go up one stoplight. Instead of turning there, you go maybe a quarter to 4/10 of a mile, and there's a road that goes right into the Long Grove, old McHenry Road.
Okay.
And there's absolutely no reason to hit that bridge.
Well, they're doing it for some reason.
I don't know.
Maybe they've got blinders on. I don't know. They got a reflector up there keeping the light out of their eyes. They're just not seeing this.
It's very easy.
Yes, it's bad. And you know what? I'm glad you called in, and because this was something that we weren't planning to talk on, but we get off topic someplace. On my show, I only got 45 minutes, so I got to go like clockwork. But on this show, where you got 3 hours, you got a lot of breathing room.
Oh,
where you
yeah.
can go off topic. And any topic's important if you can bring in some wealth of information. And like I said, I didn't know about this till about 15 years ago, but this is a problem that's been ongoing, and it's just incredible. But if you're in the city around Lawrence and Cicero, there's a curve there on Cicero Avenue as trucks and cars sometimes, as they're going southbound approaching Lawrence, they've hit these poor houses hundreds of times over the years. It's unbelievable. They run into the same thing. The cars are coming off the road, hitting these houses on this curve. I haven't seen any other place in the city where so many houses are hit, and we have a lot of curved roads. It's incredible. I don't know why people.
Where the road, when you come off of Lawrence onto Cicero.
Yes. Cicero. Just north of Lawrence.
Sometimes with my Freightliner, I've had a problem getting around that corner. But coming the other direction, it's, I have people alongside me thinking that my truck is going to bend with the curve. And it just doesn't work.
Let me interrupt you. You're a truck driver?
Yeah.
CDL?
Yep.
Listen, I used to be a policeman. I used to do truck enforcement. And I've said this on the radio. When you hear these semi-crashes, these jackknives, 99% of the time it is not the truck driver's fault. The truck cannot stop on a dime like a car. It's these four-wheelers, these cars that cut in front of these trucks, and the truck has to take evasive action. They have air brakes. They don't have these anti-lock brakes. Am I not correct?
Correct.
You are correct. So I tell people, do not cut in front of these trucks. And if you're too close, the truck driver from his height can't see you. You've got to give a little berth. You've got to give a little room and signal. I used to write a lot of tickets on the highway just for the people cutting in front of trucks. I seen many years ago, I saw a guy cut across the lanes. The truck started to jackknife. Luckily, the truck driver is so good, he saved it. But I caught that car, and I wrote him for reckless driving. I towed him, and I charged him with a Class A misdemeanor.
Yeah.
So you know what? The police aren't always after truck drivers, because I come from a family of truck drivers, and one guy said, "Oh, I'm always getting caught for overweights." I go, "Listen, don't worry about an overweight. It's a business violation. Worry about that four-wheeler cutting in front of you."
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I drive it's a Freightliner straight truck, but I have a Moffett that goes on the back because the wintertime I deliver pallets of salt for our company.
Okay.
And I people think that truck is going to bend. It doesn't bend.
Yeah, I know.
I put 10 pallets of salt on there. That's 44,000 pounds with the weight of my truck.
So you need a CDL because you're over 16,000 pounds.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm over 26.1 actually.
Yeah, 26.1. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So anyways, you need that CDL. So anyways, I just want to say thank you to all the truck drivers out there that are delivering these products and driving safely on the roadways.
Hey, I just don't understand why people think that, we can stop quick. We can't.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, great, we've got slack adjusters that automatically adjust, but that doesn't mean that, it's going to stop me on a dime. I've got 3 axles there, 6 sets of brakes, and it just doesn't work.
Well, imagine the over-the-road trucker that's driving 80,000 pounds on a semi-rig, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, but thank you to all the truck drivers out there. My brother-in-law is the truck driver. My father-in-law was a truck driver. Thank you to all the truck drivers. I just want to say a special thank you out there reaching out. And we're winding down here, right, man?
Winding down. We got still an hour left here about to lunch. Thank you, caller, for calling in today. Greatly appreciate it.
All right. Yep.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too. Hey, we've been touching base on a lot of extra topics during the Out to Lunch show. I'm liking it.
Yes, I liked we talked about that bridge because it not only affects the people of Long Grove. You've got all this extra funds that have to go into repairing the bridge, and then if there's an insurance matter, you got the police involved. They have to do the accident report. They have to bill the company that hit the. You know, you got all these people involved trying to, get these repairs going.
Yeah, so absolutely. Well, folks, we'll take a quick time out. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 800-699-9043.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 12 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. Elgin police rushed to the scene after reports of gunfire on Illinois Avenue over the weekend. The incident unfolding shortly before 7 p.m. on Saturday, prompting an immediate investigation. Authorities have confirmed the shooting and are now urging community members to come forward with information. The Naperville Police Foundation inviting the public to join them at a special fall social event on Wednesday. You can join local officers at Safety Town, located at 1320 Aurora Avenue, from 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday for an evening of community bonding and free treats from Snow Problems. The Kane County Regional Office of Education gearing up for its annual student photography contest, set to start on September 6th and running through November 18th. The 10-week event showcases the talents of high school students county-wide with over 2,000 entries last year. The contest is a highlight for participants and educators. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Visit the Milwaukee County Zoo this summer to enjoy so many species of fun. Home to more than 2,200 animals, representing over 340 different species. The zoo educates, entertains, and inspires. Stomp back in time with the zoo's summer exhibit, Dinosaur Discovery, sponsored by Sendik's Food Market. You'll be astounded by the gigantic and scientifically accurate animatronic displays. Touch, feel, and learn about the role of predators in the ecosystem. Running through October 5th. Visit MilwaukeeZoo.org.
By love of food and wellness, Mockingbird Bar and Garden of East Dundee encourages you to eat seasonal and clean while still indulging a bit. Whether food is served fresh or wood-fired, nothing is overcomplicated. Mockingbird Bar and Garden promises to give your palate something delicious and new and aspires to be a hive of buzz and activity. Start your weekend with an espresso or complement dinner with wine, specialty cocktails, or craft beer. Visit mockingbirdbarandgarden.com today.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Roster cut-down day in the NFL. Tuesday, teams had to get down to 53 players on the active roster. A couple of notable cuts for Chicago. Quarterbacks Brett Rippey and Austin Reed. Offensive lineman Larry Borum is on injured reserve. So is defensive lineman Jacob Martin. Both designated to return. They'll be eligible to come off the list after Week 4. The White Sox and Rangers were suspended last night after 4 pitches in the first inning. Garrett Crochet threw 4 pitches, 2 balls and 2 strikes before the game was halted due to rain. The teams will play a doubleheader this afternoon as the Sox look to snap a 4-game losing skid. The Cubs beat the Pirates 9-5 Tuesday. Seiya Suzuki and Dansby Swanson went deep for the Cubs. It was their second straight win. Chicago was San Francisco, now both 5.5 games out of the last NL wild card. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API-SP test limits.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/.
From morning coffee to your evening commute, WRMN 1410 AM is here for you. The faithful friend that brings you local news, timely topics, and the friendliest voices in the Valley. Stay informed, entertained, and engaged with our full lineup of shows, streaming all day, every day at WRMN1410.com or on the WRMN app. Wherever you are, we're right there with you. So why switch stations? Stick with the one that has it all. WRMN 1410 AM, your daily companion, your constant conversation.
Big opportunities don't wait for the winter meeting season. Stay in the know now with Compeer Financial's Agri-Mindset webinars, where industry experts bring you the latest in ag, and you don't have to leave the farm to listen in. Join us August 21st at 1 o'clock for an in-depth hour on navigating technology investments to benefit your farm in today's market. Sign up for Compeer's next Agri-Mindset webinar at compeer.com/register. Compeer Financial is an equal credit opportunity lender and provider. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN, broadcasting live here from downtown Elgin. Still kind of an overcast day outside today. Taking a look at the current Elgin weather right now. I think we're in the 80s. I'll have to double check on my handy dandy phone. See what we've got going on right now, temperature-wise. 82. I haven't stepped outside yet. It doesn't feel like 82 right now because we've got the fans blowing in here in the studio, so it's nice temperature here in the studio. So I'm staying nice and cool. I'm not wearing shorts today like I did yesterday. I think that also might have been what helped out too. Well, duh, of course. Wearing the shorts helped me to not get overheated, so that was nice. Keeping hydrated too, also important. If you want to be a part of the conversation, comment live on youtube.com. Feel free to listen to us, AM 1410, through the AM 1410 dial on your radio. You can also download our WRMN app, which is available in the App Store for Apple users. Or you can also download the online Radio Box radio player if you are a user on Google Play. If you use Google Play, for Samsung users out there, you can download the online Radio Box radio player. That's how you're going to be able to find information about us here too on the radio. That is the AM 1410 dial, the AM 1410 dial here. Don't forget, coming up here in September, we have Saturday, September 7th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Panton Mill Park in South Elgin is the America's First Responders Fest. If you do want to know more info about that coming up here in September, learn more at America's First Responders Fest here with our link on our webpage. Why attend, activities, live music, as well as the 2024 sponsors and who we are helping. You can also take a look at previous images from the past years as well. That and more can be found on WRMN1410.com. That's where you can go to. Some of the great live music that's going to be featured out there: Deacon Frost, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, Jimmy Nick, and the Junkyard Groove too. So very, very cool. We've got some of our sponsors platinum level, including Elgin State Bank, Hopkins Grease Company, and Britain's Express Car Wash. Gold level, including Dick Pond Athletics, RK's Bar and Grill in South Elgin, and Image 360. And we have our silver level, including American Legion, Elgin Post 57 at 820 North Liberty Street, the Elgin Rotary Club, Theriel Booth, as well as Blue 22 LLC. So definitely good to take a look at, participate in America's First Responders Fest. Definitely check out more information on our website. We did talk a little bit earlier today about the National Day calendar, also National Today. So we've got here, like, again, I talked about the National Bow Tie Day. Today's also National Cherry Turnover Day, another good treat to enjoy. Some birthdays here, famous birthdays. We've got here Jack Black. It's his birthday today. Honey Boo Boo, it's her birthday as well as some others out there too. Shania Twain's birthday is also today, and more. So check that out. That's on nationaltoday.com. Now, of course, you can also check out things that are happening in the area as well. And we want to also talk a little bit here too about some fundraisers and GoFundMe. So we've got here, of course, in the third hot seat here is Bill Pellerinos.
I just want to draw people's attention. There's a lot of GoFundMes out there, but there's a police officer from Morning Grove. He was fighting cancer. He lost his battle with cancer. The GoFundMe was set up during his battle. It was a 15-month battle. He left behind 3 children. If you want to just Google GoFundMe and then Jason Rago, R-A-G-O. Feel free to make any donation you can. I'm not asking for $100, but I saw 2 weeks ago somebody made $7. If you could do $5 or $7, it keeps the campaign going. It keeps activity on this, and it builds up towards their goal. They're at $18,000 right now, and they're trying to get to $25,000. This guy was an honorable policeman. He was a sergeant in Morning Grove. Never a beef that I know of with this guy. He always tried to help people, but unfortunately, cancer is just a devastating thing. I just had a friend of mine who just fought prostate cancer. Luckily, he caught it early stages.
That's good.
And what they did with him was radiation. They did not have to do chemo. But from what I understand, Jason was doing chemo. He lost an enormous amount of weight. He was down to something 100-some pounds before he passed away. It was a 15-month battle. And he left behind 3 children. So I know we have some generous people out there. And I'm not asking you to give $100 for but less than the price of a Happy Meal. Less than $10. If you could give 8 or 7 or 6, it keeps the campaign going.
Mm-hmm.
So it's GoFundMe, Jason Rago, R-A-G-O. If you could give $5, and if you're embarrassed, do like the guy who gave $7. Make it anonymous. You can make all your contributions anonymous, and you don't have to donate to them. They'll ask you for a suggested percentage. I think at $7 it's like 45 cents. But you don't have to give anything to the GoFundMe. It's a free service. it's important to keep these campaigns going. The other day, I just met a lady. I asked her to be on my show. Her little boy, 7 or 8 years old, has been fighting brain cancer. It's just devastating. I met this little guy. It's heartbreaking. You know what? We don't appreciate what we have. That's the problem. People go through life, they complain, they got issues, but hey, man, I've stayed in a room full of cancer patients. That's one of the worst things to go through. Absolutely. You know, when my time comes, I don't want to be like this. I want to be the big ticker. The big ticker. I want the grabber. I want to go cardiac arrest. That's it. We all got to die. That's the way I choose. Are you an Abbott and Costello fan?
I don't know who.
Oh, they're comedy from the 40s and the 50s.
Okay.
And they were caught out in Africa, and there's a funny episode in there. They could burn them at the stake, or they could boil them in oil, or they could hit him with the lance. And they asked Costello, the little short guy, they asked him, how do you prefer to die? And his answer was old age.
Oh, yeah?
Old age.
Old age?
Old age. They had three preferences. They could burn them, or they could boil them, or they could, kill him with a spear. And he's not picking any of those. He picks old age.
He just says old age.
You missed the joke.
I don't get it. Sorry, it went over my head.
Probably.
I'm sitting down.
You got to watch Abbott and Costello. We'll have a little culture, because this summer I was teaching you about the British invasion with the rock bands. You only knew the Beatles, correct?
The Beatles, yeah.
Well, now you know the animals and the zombies.
There's animals and the zombies. So you have animals, you have zombies, and Beatles.
And you get a few more that came in with the British invasion in the 60s.
There you go.
So anyways, he lost his battle with cancer. It's out there. So if you could give a few dollars, we just keep the campaign going. I appreciate that. One more time, you just Google GoFundMe as one word, and then Jason and Regal, and it'll pop right up. So with that, you brought it up, huh, man?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I had it on the screen, yeah, the GoFundMe page.
Oh, very good. So it's still up there. Anybody. So I want to switch back to arts and entertainment for a second, and I'm going to give you a film you did not know.
Okay.
On this date in 1981, a nice film noir, neo-noir film came out with William Hurt. Do you know who that actor is?
No.
Kathleen Turner. Do you know who that is?
I have heard of her. I am like I fit the face to the name type person. Like I have to visually see what they look
Richard
like.
Crenna. Does that ring a bell? Anyways, the name of the film was Body Heat. It's a remake of a 1940s film called Double Indemnity. And double indemnity refers to insurance policies where if you're insured but you're killed in an accident, the policy pays double. So the premise of this film was that there's an illicit affair between the wife of a businessman and this William Hurt character, and somehow they fall into this plot to murder her husband.
Okay.
And it's a real humdinger of a movie, and I'm just bringing it out to you because we were talking about that alleged murderess that killed her husband earlier. That allegedly killed her husband and then wrote a children's book about how to deal with grief down in Park City, Utah. And that's been on the news the last 2 days. So it reminded me of Body Heat, and I happened to look it up, and it was released 1981, August 28th, 39 years ago today.
Wow, look at that. Next year will be 40
43 years ago today.
43, okay.
So, and I happened to see that at the theater.
You saw it at the theater?
Yes. I'm a movie buff. I always went to the movies the first week these films came out, even if they were bad films. You know, we didn't have all this cable TV. You know, cable really didn't come into its own in the city of Chicago until the mid-'80s. About 88, 87, 88, it started coming in. And they started wiring all these houses.
Okay.
You know, and then the satellite dishes, of course. And now you got streaming. I don't care for streaming. You know, the signal, I lose the signal at 1:45 in the morning. So I like to put the DVD in and watch a good movie, or, you know, something easy, you know.
Absolutely. I know we were talking a little bit about some fundraisers here too, and there's actually a fundraiser coming up in October here. If you're interested, it's a 2024 fundraiser by the Elgin Public Museum, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it here too. Now, what they're doing is they're seeking financial support to bring quality exhibits and to make educational programs available to all in the community. Now, what this is if you love Halloween, like I sure do, of course, it's called the Monster Bash. This is going to be coming up here October 12th, so it is a little bit of a ways away, but we're getting into the fall season here. It's October 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Heritage Ballroom at the center of Elgin at 100 Symphony Way. This is going to be the third annual fundraising event, helping them to celebrate their quote-unquote hidden treasure. Join them for a fun night including dinner, cash bar, some great entertainment including a thriller dance lesson, horror film trivia, and costume contest. How cool is that? That's coming up Saturday, October 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. And the bonus here too, all gala guests, gala, you say gala? Gala.
I'm sorry?
Gala, right? Gala or gala? Gala guests.
Gala.
Gala. Okay,
No,
gala.
gala.
Gala. I said it wrong both ways.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Potato.
Tomato. You are invited but not required to wear a costume. So how cool is that? So that was a fundraiser. I thought was pretty cool.
Hey, go down to the Mummy on that. Oh, they got that's Bela Lugosi. So
Oh, yeah?
Is this a film festival too?
It's no, it's just a
No, right there. Horror film trivia.
Yeah, the horror film trivia and costume contest.
I should put in for the horror film trivia. What can you win?
I don't know. You could win some cool, creepy prizes, maybe like fake spiders or I don't know, a punch bowl maybe for your Halloween party. I don't know. You can also find information. It's on exploreelginarea.com, which I usually touch base on here pretty much on the daily on the National Day calendar too. So that's going to be it's $50 single, $90 for a couple, $350 for a table of 8, and it's a fundraiser here, a Monster Bash fundraiser. I know we were talking about some of those fundraisers.
You know, October is my favorite month. I love all the Halloween stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you know, people spend a lot of money on costumes. They go to costume parties.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a parent, you go trick-or-treating with the kids. I used to enjoy it when my kids were small. I really enjoyed Halloween. Was my favorite holiday. People used to ask me, why is Halloween your favorite holiday? I get to walk around the block. I get to go to parties with the kids. Non-alcohol, you know, it's all family friendly. And it's like a Christmas party without seeing my sister-in-law. You know what I mean? So I mean, I enjoyed Halloween. Was the best. I enjoyed it more than the Christmas parties. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the fall season's coming up here, and I did receive word Richardson Farm Corn Maze will be opening up pretty soon. So I'm going to make sure to get them on the airwaves here to talk to them too.
Yes.
I love those.
And you know
corn
what?
mazes.
Did you mention something going on September 7th?
September 7th?
Yes.
That was the Touch-A-Truck.
The what?
I believe it was the Touch-A-Truck. Was that September 7th, I believe? I'm going to have to double check again here. This is again, yeah, I believe that's coming up here September 7th. I'll have to double check on that because you asked what I was, that I had mentioned, and it might have been the Touch-A-Truck here. But I'll have to double check for sure and see.
Because September 7th is a Saturday. I'm not going to be working because my show will not be airing. The show that will be airing in my place is Guards of the Republic.
Okay.
It's a new show coming on with a brand new guest. He was a guest on my program. His name is Michael F. Tuman. He's a retired Army veteran, 3 tours of duty in Afghanistan, so he knows what he's talking about when it comes to these Army and military and national security issues.
Okay, September 7th, I'm sorry, it's the First Responders Fest. September 14th, that's a week later, is the Touch-A-Truck event. I was mixing up the two.
That's okay, that's okay. Because Michael will be doing 12 till noon here, and he'll have that show. My last day with Four Corners Radio is this Saturday. Feel free to call in. The phone lines will be open. We'll be also transmitting on YouTube as we are now, right?
Absolutely, we will, yes.
We got any comments on YouTube so far?
Comments on YouTube, one that just popped up right now. Drive Time Deal with Matt McNeil, best program on the radio dial. Out to lunch, yes, out to lunch here with WRMN. And then we've got here, my dad also did mention about that Benedict's place we talked about earlier today. It used to be Durbin's well-known dinner place. So there you go. So he
You know
knows
where
the
I'm going
history.
afterwards?
Where you going?
Right after we're going here, I got to go to Ray's.
To Ray's Family. I knew you were going to say that. It was either Ray's or JoJo's. Those are your two favorites, it sounds like.
Yes, so far. But I have not been to Paul's. How is that?
I love Paul's. The owners are amazing. We know the owners personally. Mr. Paul, his daughter Elaine, her son John Eric. They're just
Paul's Diner is in Elgin, right?
Paul's Family Restaurant. That's at 1300 Lawrence and McLean. Lawrence Avenue and McLean is at the corner there.
In Elgin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have not been there yet, and I'll give a critique after I go. I always like to, if it's great, I tell people if they got some unique dishes, like you said, you like to go to places that have unique dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like certain dishes. You know, I like to go out for breakfast a lot because to make all that breakfast skill at home costs me more time and money than it is just paying the $25 at a restaurant.
Right.
You know, I'll have to get $40 worth of ingredients, and then half of it gets thrown out after I don't use it the rest of the week, you know?
Mm-hmm. Now, do you know why the name is Paul's Restaurant? Do you know why the name is Paul?
I would assume that's the last name.
It's the last name, but the actual last name is Apostolopoulos. So they cut it down to Paul.
They made it short.
Yeah. So
a lot of
nicest
people
family.
did that coming over decades ago. They shortened their names.
Mm-hmm.
So you got these long names like Papadopoulos. They just made it Pappas. You know? Pellerinos. Yes, we never shortened it.
Yeah. I know Dino has a little bit of Greek in him too.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I was born in Canada to Greek ethnicity. I came over here. I became naturalized. I joined the military, which was the Navy. I went on to do other things. I worked at the Cook County Jail for 3 years, and then 27 years in the Cook County Sheriff's Police Department. So, I've had a lot of wide experience when it comes to dealing with people of all ethnicities.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important we try to communicate because a lot of times I got neighbors. Now, he just passed away. He's been here. He was here 50 years, barely speak English.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, hey, man, what happens if you get in a car accident? How are you going to explain what happened? You know what I mean? You need to try to learn the language, and that was growing up for me. When I was young, I had to learn English because I did not speak English when I came here. I was very young. I only speak.
Really?
Yeah, didn't I tell you that story in the air?
I don't. Maybe you did. Did you speak French?
French and Greek. That's all I spoke.
Oh wow.
Yes, because I came from Montreal, Canada, which is a big French quarter of Canada. Big French ethnic. And I came here. My mother enrolled me in school, and I was like 4 or 5 years old. No, 5 years old. So I was 5 years old. She put me in the preschool, or whatever it was. And the teacher calls up my mother, and she says, your son needs psychiatric help. And my mother goes, why is that? She goes, I tell him to do things. He just stares at me. He's not communicating. He goes, try speaking to him in Greek or English because he don't speak English. Try Greek or French.
Okay.
I did not speak English. So she's talking to me in English. I'm just staring at her, and she took it for some kind of psychiatric problem. But that's how people were when we came to this country. We had to learn the language. It's a barrier. But we made an attempt. Like I said, I had a neighbor who just passed away. He made no attempt. You need to try to communicate with the language of the land that you live in.
Mm-hmm. Well, when my younger half-brothers were adopted, they had to learn English, and now they don't have any accent at all. I mean,
what did they speak?
Russian.
Oh, they were Russian.
Yeah, I'm Russian. And Finnish. And I found out, if you listened to Tammy's show yesterday, too, Tammy said that she always gives facts, like Finland is one of the happiest places.
It's one of the happiest places?
It's one of the happiest places. So you get a little bit of jolly people like me. It's like, oh, yeah, I get it. I get it from the small percentage of Finnish that I have in me.
That's great. But Finnish is a small country. Finland,
yeah.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So they got lesser people having lesser problems.
Yeah, I guess so. It's cold there. Too cold. I don't know if I'd like the cold. So. But I don't like the heat either. I'm
not a heat person.
So
I went to Florida for 2 weeks a few years ago. The heat was just intense.
Mm-hmm.
And this was October. It was just intense. And rain comes out of nowhere. You'll get a flash flood.
Mm-hmm.
A monsoon hits you. And then it'll go away after an hour. It's very unpredictable. I'm a Chicago boy.
Okay.
Been here since '66, and I intend to die here. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I would probably say me too, staying here.
You know, I look forward to the winter. I don't want these big blizzards, but I look forward to the winter. You know, things get colder. You don't have to worry about mosquitoes. You know.
I don't mind the winter. The thing that annoys me the most is having to drive.
Yes.
That's really the.
But you gotta. I'm a little older than you. They got it down to a fine art now. They get these roadways clear very fast. They get the salt out. They do an excellent job unless we get hit by some insanity. Like on a water-wise, that storm came in last night.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere. I mean, it came down hard and heavy very fast, lasted for a good half hour, 45 minutes, caused a lot of flooding, knocked down trees.
I didn't hear it. I was sleeping. Whenever it rains, I sleep better.
Yes. Well, that's why they call it sleeping weather.
There you go. I used to not when I was a kid. I hate whenever it rained and thunderstormed, I could not sleep. Now I sleep like a baby.
If anybody had flooding or down trees, that's why I cut it close coming in today. I always leave 20 minutes early, but some of the street lights are out, so they have flashing red lights all four ways, so traffic had to go, one at a time. They had to alternate, and a lot of traffic lights were out. Trees were down. It's unbelievable. That storm can cause, Mother Nature can be fierce.
Absolutely, yeah. And the thing is too, is it's always good to be careful. It's always good to keep up to date, to make sure that you've got everything that you need, and maybe you're looking to find certain things too to help you to clean up too if you happen to.
I don't know how my daughter hooked this up, but on my phone, I got a storm warning last night.
Yeah.
Possible hail damage. It just it goes off like an alarm.
Yeah.
Do you get these warnings on your phone?
I do, yeah.
Flash flood warning, stuff like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So, folks, if you want to stay tuned, we're going to be in our Tradio segment coming up at about 12:34 or so, because I was kind of tying it together here, talking about if you're looking to buy, sell, trade or announce, if you need something from the flooding, if you had anything, just feel free to give me a call. It's going to be coming up in about 5 minutes or so. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more of Out to Lunch as we head on into our Tradio segment here in just a little bit.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. The Naperville Police Foundation inviting the public to join them at a special fall social event on Wednesday. You can join local officers at Safety Town, located at 1320 Aurora Avenue, from 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday for an evening of community bonding and free treats from Snow Problems. The Kane County Regional Office of Education gearing up for its annual student photography contest, set to start on September 6th and running through November 18th. The 10-week event showcases the talents of high school students county-wide with over 2,000 entries last year. The contest is a highlight for participants and educators. Elgin police rushed to the scene after reports of gunfire on Illinois Avenue over the weekend. The incident unfolding shortly before 7 p.m. on Saturday, prompting an immediate investigation. Authorities have confirmed the shooting and are now urging community members to come forward with information. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The White Sox and Rangers were suspended last night after 4 pitches in the first inning. Garrett Crochet threw 4 pitches, 2 balls and 2 strikes before the game was halted due to rain. The teams will play a doubleheader this afternoon as the Sox look to snap a 4-game losing skid.
Dansby drives one in the air, deep right center, back toward the wall. It's got a chance. Gone! A 2-run homer for Dansby Swanson.
Cubs radio with the call on last night's 9-5 win in Pittsburgh. Justin Steele 5-5 with the win. He struck out 6 over 5 full. Seiya Suzuki and Dansby Swanson went deep for the Cubs. It was their second straight win. Chicago and San Francisco now both 5.5 games out of the last NL wild card. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API-SP test limits.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
The new novel titled DUI Jury Trial is the true story of 2 lawyers who defend a truck driver who is charged with DUI. If he is convicted, this truck driver faces a lifetime disqualification of his commercial driver's license, which would prevent him from ever driving a truck again. This 3-year legal battle culminates in a courtroom showdown which involves the testimony of a DUI expert witness. This book, DUI Jury Trial, is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch with WRMN, broadcasting live here in downtown Elgin. Why did they say with? Well, you know what that means. More coffee. Need more coffee. Need more coffee. Kicking in? Not quite yet. Almost, though. I'm keeping hydrated, though. So that's important. So, with it being now 12:35, that means we are in our Tradio segment. If you would like to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, feel free to give me a call, 847-931-1410. Again, that's 847-931-1410. Let's go through some Tradio announcements here and talk a little bit about what people are looking to buy, what people are looking to sell, trade, and or announce as well. Now, this is a pretty cool Tradio announcement here, I have to say. We've been announcing it here for the past almost, I'd say, about a month or so now here, too. Now, this person has original theatrical posters. This is pretty cool. They're not reprints. They're originals. John Wayne posters. Steve McQueen films, Scarface, Return of the Jedi, Julia Roberts films. These are just some of the many that he has. And they're from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. This is Bill Sells Posters. So if you're interested in reaching out to him, that's Bill Sells Posters at gmail.com. Again, Bill Sells Posters at gmail.com. You can also, again, that's the email, or you can also text message Bill at 708-793-3980. Again, that's 708-793-3980. We do have a caller on hold. We'll take it to the phone lines here. Hi there, caller. You're on with WRMN.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, how's it going, Jeff?
Good. I turned the radio down there. So I got rid of the drywall pieces.
Okay.
And the scrap stuff. I do have some 2x8 boards that are 16 feet long. They're like, so if anybody possibly needs those, give me a call, and we'll work it out. If they can, give me a couple bucks for them, that would be great. I've got some other long boards that are, I think, 1x6s. If you think, and I've got a bunch of used 2x4s. They have paint and stuff on them. I think I've got a dozen of those. Basically, probably, those are free, okay? And I might give these other boards away for free too. If I'm just trying to get rid of stuff so I can move. And so if anyone has a need for that, give me a call. I'm probably just going to take and move the laser with me and try to get it running later on and stuff. Sometimes people need things, and it's crazy how much some of this stuff cost initially. But so I don't know, what do you have on the list there?
So what I have, I still have been mentioning the garden stakes, canning jars, and fishing lures. Do you still have those?
I have those. The fishing lures are in these like plastic tackle boxes. Okay. So, and these are free things. So if somebody likes to fish, they could give me a call, and I have them here. I just make sure I can find them and everything. And I've been posting wood on Facebook. And some guy came out and got some the other day, and he's supposed to come out this weekend. So so that's roughly how it is. So you got fishing lures, canning jars, garden stakes, and what is there anything else?
Yes. So I have the pieces of scrap lumber wood.
Probably can cross that off.
Okay.
I have some little pieces of aromatic cedar. If somebody wants that, they can get it. But they should give me a call. And anything else you see?
So I'll add that to the list. You have aromatic cedar wood. Is that right?
Yeah. Just some scrap pieces that are like big enough to make something out of, but not real exciting. But if somebody needs it, they can get it.
Yeah. I've also got maple pieces on here too.
I got some maple 2x6s. I put those on Facebook. Some people were interested. They were good for making butcher block things, like the, like for making a, cutting board thing,
Okay, and we also have the crown molding for a few bucks.
Yeah, I've got crown molding. If somebody out there is a carpenter and you need some crown molding, or if you're a homeowner, let me know. And I think this stuff, for example, some of it's like 3 1/4 inches wide, and online in a certain store it was let's see, I have it less than a fourth of what they had it for there, but if they need some crown molding, just give me a call and we'll work it out with them. Is come up with something that they can find acceptable. It's expensive if you buy it in the store, but I've got enough for a couple rooms, probably, maybe about 3 rooms full of it.
Okay.
To finish out 3 rooms roughly. Nice.
And then I also been listening here too. You have some adjustable window screens.
Yeah, I got some of those, and if I can't, if somebody doesn't get these things, I might try to, get Goodwill to get them or something like that. But yeah, I've got those.
Okay, and then I think you're also looking for a truck or minivan as well. Is that right?
Yeah, I might have some leads. One guy is willing to sell me a van for $3,000, which I'm still saving up. But and then somebody else might trade me for these shelter things. Mm-hmm. But we're working on that.
All right, sounds good. So I think we have everything touched. Yeah, okay, so the tornado shelters that can be also used as fallout shelters or also root cellars.
Right. Yeah, I think the guy was going to make root cellars out of them. So, okay, well, very good, Matt. Thanks a lot. And, some of the scrap wood, I put it in a pile and burn it through the drywall. Just because, I need to get things empty.
Absolutely. So, we've got that number, 630-365-9488.
Thanks a lot, Matt.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling in today.
Talk to you later.
Sounds good. Bye-bye now. All right, that was Wood by Jeff from Elburn in the Elburn area. He has some free items, including garden stakes, canning jars, and fishing lures that are in some nice plastic tackle boxes. He also has some aromatic cedar wood that are scrap pieces, also some maple pieces too that are 2x6. Also has the tornado shelters as well that could be used as fallout shelters or root cellars. Also has the crown molding for a few bucks, as well as those window screens that are adjustable. And he's looking for that trucker minivan, could trade with the shelters. And then he also has 2x8-foot boards. Feel free to give Jeff a call here, 630-365-9488. That is again, 630-365-9488. We'll take it back to the phone lines here. Hi there, caller. You're on with WRMN.
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, a lot cooler for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. What can I do for you today?
Okay, looking for three things. Looking for motorcycles, dead or alive. I have a trailer, cash in hand. I'm also looking for a VW bus, the older ones, 60s, 70s, 80s. And I'm also looking for a friend of mine that's looking for a small house, maybe 1-2 bedrooms. He's downsizing. He doesn't need a loan, so he can close quickly. He's looking for like in the McHenry area or Johnsburg or Fox Lake. So if anybody's thinking about selling something, it'll give you the value of the house, and if it needs work, that's not a problem. So you can reach me at 630-335-3312. That's 630-335-3312. And my name's Tony. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day.
All right. Thanks so much for calling in. You're all set. We'll pass that message along.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye now. Hey, calling back here. It's been a while. That's Motorcycle Tony. You know it. He's looking for those motorcycles, dead or alive. He has a trailer to transport it, as well as cash in hand, too. He's also looking for a VW bus from the 60s, 70s, or 80s. And he also has a friend that is looking for a small house, 1 or 2 bedroom house, looking for it in the McHenry area or the Fox Lake area. Feel free to give him a call. He can be reached at 630-335-3312. Again, that's 630-335-3312. We'll take it back to the phone lines here. Hi there, caller. You're on with WRMN.
Hey, Matt. It's Greg. How you doing?
Hey, Greg. I'm good. How are you today?
Good, good. I'm looking to buy some items, too. Looking for old bicycles dating back to the late 1800s, up through the balloon tire era, Stingrays, and even high-end racing bicycles. Parts, pieces, accessories, any old dealer paraphernalia. I'm interested in any of that. I too am a collector of old motorcycles, so looking for anything. I know Tony's more into the, I think, like the Japanese or 70s bikes. I'm looking for stuff, again, going back to maybe early 1900s American bikes and into the 70s, 80s flat track or competition racing motorcycles. I like to deal with a lot of the off-road factory production racers. Again, parts, pieces, anything related to those bikes would be great. And lastly, on my want list, you know what I'm going to say, Omega watches. I haven't listened to the show for a while. It has changed quite a bit. I'm off today. I tried calling earlier and nobody answered, but I guess there's a whole new format. But Omega watches, men's or women's, I would love to get a diver's watch. My interest in all this started when my uncle died and left me his Omega dress watch, and I have 3 Omega watches now, but again, I'd like to add to the collection, would like to get one for my wife. So if somebody's got one in the drawer that's been put away, not running, whatever, I would love to talk to you. I do have an item for sale. I have someone gave it to me. It's a oscilloscope, a Tektronix. It's like an electrical tester. This would be great for a man cave. It looks like something on the set of Svengoolie. It's got like a little window or a little cathode ray screen. I guess that lines go across. It has a bunch of knobs and stuff. It's a Tektronix 535A. Again, Tektronix, T-E-K, Tronics, T-R-O-N-I-C-S, 535A. I've looked them up online. I guess some of them, they got some collectability, but $100 would take it, or best offer. I have not tested it or anything, but it's just flat cool to look at. My number is 847-884-6033. Again, 847-884-6033. And again, I stress I'm a collector, not a dealer, so I will pay top dollar for the right items. And last question I have, is it possible to order something? I don't know what your whole new thing is with Shopping Show, but...
So we are on the air on Saturday, so Saturday 8 to 12. That'll be the last time for on air, and then it'll just be online. But if you have any other questions, you can always contact our office number too. If you maybe are.
Yeah, but they never answer. You know, I've tried calling numerous times in the last week. Like I said, I'm off today. There's some used to get like extensions of people. Now just music plays, and then it says mailbox full or something. I can't.
Okay.
I don't know. There's got to be cutting down on your sales.
Well, what we'll do is at 1 o'clock I'll give you a call if you want to order anything, and we can work something out too.
That'd be awesome. I don't mean to bother you, but that'd be great. Like I said, I've been working a lot of hours and trying to catch the show as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg, thanks so much for calling in today. We'll definitely be passing that message along.
Best to you. Say hi to Dad and your brother and everybody else that's still there.
Will be for sure. Thank you so much for calling in, Greg.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye now. All right, Tradio caller number 3 today. We have Greg looking to buy those old bicycles, you know, at the Bone Shakers, Schwinn bicycles, late 1800s to the 1960s, 70s, or 80s. Parts, pieces, and or accessories, they can really be in any condition. He's also looking for vintage Omega watches, men's or women's watches, and also those diver-style watches, too. He's really on the hunt for that one, too. He's a collector, not a dealer. He'll pay a good, fair price on those, guaranteed. He also has an item for sale, a Tektronix 535A electrical tester, asking $100 or best offer. If you want to reach out to him, that number is 847-884-6033. Again, 847-884-6033 is that number to dial. We'll continue on and go through some more Tradio callers that have called in here as well. So let's go up the list. We have Carl having the boat for sale. It's a 14-foot Lund 1970 model. And it's an 18 horsepower Mercury motor on there too. Also has a trailer that comes with it, and everything works very nice and well. Asking $1,200 or best offer. Feel free to give him a call. That number is 630-951-1998. Again, 630-951-1998. Another Tradio caller here has the RV fridge for sale. It's a Dometic RV fridge in the color silver on the front, 23 inches wide by 42 inches in height by 23.5 inches deep. Originally paid $800 for it, asking $450 as the asking price. It's a model 2554 LD. It's an AC/DC model, an AP gas fridge, electric 12 volts, located out in McHenry on the north side here. Feel free to reach out to him. That number is 815-245-0670. Again, that's 815-245-0670. We have Westside Fred calling in here looking to buy those old school Star Wars figurines, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. Yes, National Power Rangers Day today. If anyone's interested, you can reach out to him at 630-677-4794. Again, 630-677-4794. That's the number to dial. Another Tradio caller here, Vicky calling in, is looking for some Spanish books for kids. So if anyone has any Spanish books, feel free to give her a call. That number is 847-845-1750. 847-845-1763. Another Tradio caller here, Richard, has some equipment and supplies for shotgun reloading here, rifles and pistols. If you're interested, feel free to give him a call. That number is 847-341-8546. Again, 847-341-8546. We have Northwest West calling in here. It's the raffle time, raffle for St. Mary's, the raffle fundraiser. $10 a ticket with the chance to win 4 drawings. These 4 drawings here, 3 $50 drawings and 1 $1,500 grand prize drawing at the end of the year. All winners are also returned to the drawing, so you can win multiple times. If you're interested, give them a text or call at 630-817-8880. Again, 630-817-8880. We also have, of course, Antique Jim. He buys those antiques. He'll pay a good price on them, too. If anyone's interested, reach out to him. 847-414-7267. Again, 847-414-7267. Another Tradio caller here. Joe has the 1977 Corvette for sale, asking $5,000 or best offer on this. The 1977 Corvette. That number is 630-400-2730. Again, that's 630-400-2730. That's the number to dial. Another Tradio caller has a nice love seat and sofa. It's beige with blue flowers and wood trimming. 2 walnut end tables and coffee tables. Also beige recliner as well. And computer type desk. So if you're interested, feel free to give them a call. That number is 847-502-4612. Again, 847-502-4612. That's the number to dial. And this does wrap it up here for the Tradio announcements here. If you want to add to the list, 847-931-1410, or you can also text the the Image 360 info line at 505-926-1410. 505-926-1410. Wanted to send some reminders out here too. If you are in the Elgin area, coming up here today at 5:30, it's the Family Picnic and Bubbles Show. The Bubbles Show. This is coming up at the Gilbourne Public Library. This is at the Rayco branch is where it's going to be located. It's Wednesday today, 5:30 to 7. Families, bring your lawn chairs and dinner for a family picnic on the lawn at the Rayco branch. At 6 p.m., Mr. Scott will entertain us with his giant bubble show. Very fun. No registration is required. The library will also be providing a dessert, and the show will approximately last 45 minutes. How fun is that? So that's an upcoming event within the area here, too. So very, very good. If you want to check out more information on that, you can find more on what's happening in Elgin and also exploreelginarea.com. So much to do and see within the Fox River Valley. With a little bit of a time left that we have here, we'll bring you back on the air here. How you doing so far? Are you enjoying the show?
We're doing good.
Good.
William Pellerino's here from Four Corners Radio. My last broadcast for the season is this Saturday, 12 noon. Matt will be my tech host and co-host on that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just letting people know. Feel free to call in. Any questions? You got any legal questions? Any issues on driver's licenses or DUIs or suspensions? We'll get them all answered for you. And I believe I'm going to have contact with an attorney Saturday, so I can probably answer them rapid fire.
Nice.
And if your license is suspended or revoked, you have to go through Secretary of State hearings. We'll talk about that too. There's a couple other things we'll talk about, and we'll touch base when we wrap up the whole season. It's been a good season, Matt. We got a lot of topics out there.
Mm-hmm.
For arts and entertainment, we got the British invasion. And you weren't here the day we were talking about the Blues Brothers. We did actually, it was your afternoon drive. We did a 2-hour broadcast on the Blues Brothers because I lived in Chicago at the time they were filming it, and I talked about some of the craziness that went on.
Oh, wow.
With street closings and destruction, and it was a great film. It was great filmmaking, but it was one of the first big productions in many decades in the city of Chicago.
Wow.
And we had a lot of callers on that. So people, when you talk about movies or UFOs, it hits the nerves with people. They want to talk about that stuff. So I don't mind talking about it. And also, this Saturday will be the last Saturday that the Redemption Center is open for 8 hours, correct?
From 9 to 3.
9 to 3,
so
6
this
hours.
Saturday, so from 9 to 3, and then it'll be the last time here for on-air radio shopping show. That'll be from 8 until 12. Now, starting September 1st, we'll be off the air for Shop Show. It'll still be available online. We still will have Saturdays open. So Saturdays will still be open. It'll be from 9 until 12 o'clock. So that's from 9 until 12 o'clock. So again, presenting that info to you. Again, we've been announcing it on the airwaves. Myself, of course, also Dino and the rest of the crew here at WRMN, making sure that you know about that too, of course, because you never know who might be listening in at what times as well.
And he's talking about the Redemption Center after this Saturday, it'll be 9 till 12.
9 to 12.
For the Redemption Center.
For the Redemption Center.
That's fine, because most of the traffic is in the morning anyways. People are gone by the afternoon.
Get the community center up and running, so those hours will then be longer too.
We'll notify people of events going on at the community center.
Yeah.